I am Larry Patrick.
Hey, I'm Randy Pepper. Hey, I'm Randy Pepper over here.
I'm Josh Laston.
I don't know where I am on the screen.
Hi, Randy.
I got all my wrinkles tonight. They're all showing in high definition.
You do realize that it actually goes in alphabetical order of first name from left to right, top to bottom. So
it does?
Adam, Josh, Larry, Nick, Randy.
I thought it was. Really? I just thought it was a random concoction of where everybody joined. I didn't know it was.
No, I'm always first because I'm A.
Order.
That makes sense, but honestly, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start making a call sheet, right, like they do in Hollywood. And your order on the call sheet's how you're going to go. So if you're higher up on the call sheet, obviously being the host, I will be number one.
Larry needs to feel important tonight.
It'd be Larry, Randy, Nick, because you'd go with like the host and then the best broadcasters, and then Adam would be all the way at the bottom.
So tonight is going to be a short little talk. About an hour and 15 minutes. And then there's going to be a little special race hosted by Josh, which should be a lot of fun. If you haven't had the opportunity to check out the store real quick, just a quick plug on it. The hats are in. Myself, Adam, the Woo is wearing one.
Hold up, right quick. I think he might be switching at the...
I'm fixing it.
He was pointing in the wrong direction.
Wait, what? Oh. Anyways, then if you look in the back there, you see the samples. Adam's got one back there too. The hoodies. Josh is wearing the new hoodie.
I was going to say, if we can
and
show
I've got
that
the
off.
actual shirt. So as you see, great looking shirts.
Only tonight, if you go to the Ghostfire Media store page that we have linked in the pin post, use the code podcast for 5% off. Only tonight. Ends at midnight tonight. So get it while it's hot.
There you go. And then also my raise came in. So
we also didn't plug the...
See, if you paid attention,
I was busy trying to...
As you can see, I do not have anything in there. I'm drinking my energy drink right now, but I do have my beer.
You do not need more energy, sir.
Josh, what do you have in that glass?
That is Rogue's Bat Squatch.
It looks like mud.
It's a hazy IPA. But let's get on track, guys.
So we are, like I said, it's going to be a quick show. We got Derek Schilling from IVRL tonight. We're about to pull him in. And then the guest after that's going to be Dan Shirley for the AOLL. So it should be a good show. Josh, if you want to kick us over to our friend Pat Patterson real quick. And then when we come back, we'll bring in Derek Schilling.
Why don't we just go ahead and bring him in? We're short on time.
No, that's fine. Well, his is like a 2-second kick, but yeah, sure.
I didn't set it up.
I figured. All right, well, let's bring in Derek Schilling, shall we?
This is what happens. You let Josh run things.
Hey, Derek, man. Can you hear us?
Yep, I got you.
Hey, man, welcome to the podcast, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So real quick, kind of the beginning to our show. Just give us a quick rundown. Who you are, what car you drive, what number, what league,
where you're from.
Main name. There's a lot of questions to be on here.
Have you ever been arrested?
Now we're getting personal.
Yeah, I would love to hear Randy's story. That'll be next week.
I drive the 87 in the IVRL Butt Kicker
league?
Series.
Where are you from?
From Indianapolis. Run for Need Speed Motorsports.
All right, and IVRL. All right. Well, and this week you guys ran COTA. COTA. Seemed like everybody really excited for COTA, man. How'd it go for you?
Well, better than what I thought, but not as good as what it could have been, I guess.
Fair enough.
That's my impression of everything about COTA as well. For the 2 nights I've already raced it, and I got another one to go.
Yeah, it was the track limits were just atrocious.
Yeah, I've told everybody that I've raced with is I wish that iRacing in general would take away the F1 track limits and let us go so we wouldn't get inks. I trying to have a low incident count. It's not really working out too well, but try to stay off those green spots as much as possible. But those cars really needed some more room.
I wish Formula One would remove their track limit issues, but that's neither here nor there.
Well,
Kazi didn't need that much room.
No, he definitely did not.
Well, Kazi had a few issues. He did have a few issues where he did run off the track. We just didn't really focus on him too much since he was 30 seconds ahead of everybody.
Yeah, Derek, we barely even talked about Causey because he was so far ahead of you guys. We were watching, battles like yourself and many of the other guys that were back in the pack because you guys were actually racing around each other, where he was just kind of off on his own planet.
Kind of like almost every weekend with him.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's very true. Derek, so what was your favorite section of the track? Was it the first section where you come all the way down that long straightaway into Big Red, and then you go through what reminds you of Maggots and Beckett's over in England, or was it the second section of the track where you get these two, the short shoot into the long straight to the hard corners, or the triple apex section of the track? What was your favorite section on Tuesday?
It was definitely the first section. I seemed to get a little bit better hang of that first section than the rest of it.
Yeah, I have to agree. I like the first section going through the S's, and it was still slow pace, but it felt, more fun to drive. Going past anything past turn 12 sucked.
Flowy. So what you're saying, it felt flowy, going left to right.
Yeah,
you're kind of being slow but methodical about how you're driving.
But you're not able to really be fast paced with it. You're just like you said, it's slow and methodical. I'm like, bum, bum, bum. You start off in third, sliding through the first S, and then by the time you exit the second one, you're dropping down to second and try to pick up just a little bit of speed. I'm saying like 1 or 2 miles an hour, and then you're flowing into the next right-hand corner, and then the next left-hand corner. It was the better part of the track for me. I don't know about Derek, how he has thoughts on anything around with it, turn 14, 15, 16, 17, those little weird
absolutely hated them.
Those corners were the death of me.
Now, are you
sorry, go ahead, Larry.
No, you're fine. Are you a fan of road courses, or is that kind of one of them things that you just I'll run it because I have to?
Pretty much run it because I have to. I like the short tracks, more of a rhythm kind of track. Like Bristol. I love Bristol.
Fair enough.
Except, did you like Bristol dirt or you like Bristol asphalt?
I'm more asphalt. Dirt, it's not my thing. We have a mutual hatred for each other.
Yeah, I got the same feeling, dude.
Randy, I feel like you got that feeling for a lot of tracks, my friend.
I do. I like short tracks, but I don't like the real short ones, but I like the Nashville Speedway. I like Bristol, stuff like that. But. So, Derek, with that being said, coming out of COTA, you were sitting 2 points behind the playoffs, right on the line behind Joshua Gathright. We're coming into a section of the season where it's not a section I assume that you're very happy with the 4 of the next 4 of the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 races are road courses, and the other 4 of those,
thanks, Cody,
are 1.5 mile tracks, and then the other 3 of those are 2 mile plus track or almost 2 mile tracks. So how do you feel going into the next section of the season?
As long as I stop trying to overdrive it and just push more than what I need to, I really don't see it too bad, because one thing about the road courses, not too many people like to show up for the road courses at the same time. So that definitely can help me out. But Nashville Fairgrounds, even though it's all-star race, I think that'll get me kind of going. And iRacing Super Speedway, that's one of those crapshoot kind of tracks that, if you're in the wrong place, then you're screwed.
Yeah. So we're coming into Charlotte this week.
Before we ask you about how you feel you're going to go there, are you honoring anybody this week in the IVRL with a custom scheme?
Yeah, I'm honoring PFC, John J. Meyer. He's his brother is a friend of my father's. They graduated from the high school I graduated from. He died in Vietnam War.
So, what happened to him?
Did we lose him?
Well, when he comes back, until then, Adam, me and you spoke. You're running a custom scheme this week. Who are you honoring this week?
So this week I am honoring one of my 82nd brethren, Marshall Edgerton. He was a specialist in 82nd Signal Battalion. I was in the same unit as him, in the same company. I did not personally know him, but we were together at the same time in the unit back in December of 2003. I got to the unit in August of 2003, and he was already deployed over in Afghanistan. He was killed in action. He helped save many lives. He saw that there was a vehicle-borne IED and was able to wave a whole bunch of people away and save countless lives.
And this Tuesday night.
Derek, I have a question for you, Derek.
Yeah.
Is there anybody out there that you race with in the IVRL that you really don't like racing with?
Me.
Adam Wood.
Joseph
Kazi. I would like somebody to take him out probably next 6 races would be amazing.
I mean,
he's only
technically,
won 8 races.
I'm just saying, I think I can still run this league. I can help you out. If you give me a bounty, I can help you out.
Larry, if you technically were to run this league and win a race, I believe you're in the chase.
Well, it's winning in, but
you have to be a certain point level.
Yeah, and these dudes are fast.
25th, I think, right? I think that's what it is. I think it's above 25th.
That'd be doable.
Got to hope for a lot of bad luck and just keep your nose clean, right?
That's pretty much all I can really go for right now. I kind of dug my grave at the beginning, but people not showing up and a little bit of a consistency here midway has kind of helped me out.
That's what I did. That's what I did last year. I mean, I wasn't the top 5 runner last year all throughout the year, but I showed up every week, got a lot of top 10s and top 15s, and got myself in the playoffs due to consistency. So, man, just keep it up.
Consistency is key, especially when you think of a long season and the different variety of tracks. And especially in something like an IVRL, you have no fast repairs. One incident from one of these guys that caused you anything like that, it hurts them one race, and then it could be 2, and then it could be 3. And if you're just consistently top 10, even top 15 can bump you in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sorry, just reading comments.
So, Derek, let me ask you something. You're running 87 on the car. Is there any special symbolization? Why do you run the 87? Because you don't see a lot of people running 87 a lot. So, is there any meaning behind it?
It was really just my number that I've always had growing up, football numbers, and just number that means a lot to me. I mean, honestly, if I'd run any other, it'd be the 28. Not just because my dad, that's car number he ran.
Okay. What kind of rig you running there? What kind of rig you running there, Derek?
Run the GTR triple screen with Logitech 920.
Okay, so you got a decent field of view while you're racing and stuff like that. So yeah,
if I'd use it.
How do you feel going into Charlotte this week? Being Charlotte week.
I like Charlotte. If I can kind of miss that bump going into 1, that little transition, then it's really nice. I enjoy running roughly about a half a lane up, just because every time I try to run that bottom, I just get loose.
Yeah, it's definitely a throttle management course when the tires start to get worn there. It's about your wheel input a little bit, but more about your throttle management.
Yeah, you kind of run it a little bit throttle management like you would run like Atlanta almost. I mean, not as aggressive as what you really have to be careful with at Atlanta, but definitely same idea.
So where do you envision yourself finishing on Tuesday night? Top 5, top 10?
I would say definitely. I would easily say a top 10, just for as long as I stay out of my own way. If I run like I ran at the beginning of the season, I'll probably be out by lap 20.
And Cody will be out on what, lap 3, maybe 4? I think that's where he normally gets ejected.
Man, you're gonna hit that guy in the comments. Like, he's over here commenting, trying to have a little conversation, and
Yeah, I know. I put him on blast, man. But we have some hell of a races throughout the season. Me and him were racing really hard in stage 1. He got to see my undercarriage.
you know what? Hey, you said
just gonna let it
undercarriage.
go.
All I can picture
Just let it
is
go.
all I can picture is Jessica Simpson when she played and the Dukes of Hazzard, and she said something bumped up into her undercarriage, and I was like,
I'm trying to be like Randy. I'm trying to pull in the Randy-isms. That's what I'm trying to do.
Let them think what it is.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell them.
It's only Randy. Randy only gets to do that. You guys, you can try, but there's only one of me.
I just want to tell you, Derek, Cody just said he's calling it now. He's either getting a top 5 or a win.
Well, I hate to have to be the one to put him out of the race.
Oh man, that's pretty good. So let me get my train of thought here. So if you're what, just a couple points out of the chase right now, correct?
Yeah, 2 points.
There you go. So if you make it to this chase, do you think that you've got the run for Causey and these guys up front?
Kazi and the guys up front, they're very good. They're very consistent. Looking at where I'm at right now, I don't see having a run for the lead, but I definitely see a run for. I could see a championship 4 run, but I don't see getting them on the end.
And it's always taking that little extra step, right? So right now, goal just getting into the chase and then just trying to bump up as they're kicking people out, right?
Oh, yeah, just trying to get more consistent than what I've been is a huge part, and I'm hoping that I can get that consistency going and get to that championship 4 at least. That's definitely the goal.
And what do you attribute to just your overall vast improvement from the beginning of the season?
Realizing how long the races actually are and just taking my time and not thinking that I need to get up into the top 10 and get stage points every single stage. Let them battle it out. Let them take each other out. Let them get each other damage, and then I can have a clean car at the end to be able to run.
Pretty much what you should do every week, I guess. You know, if you want to get to the end. So, hey, one question: how often do you guys practice? You guys practice as a team, or is one at a time? What do you guys do?
Yeah, so the team I'm on with Need Speed, they predominantly run open setup. So a lot of times that we're practicing, I don't even run any of the iRacing fixed setups that IVRL runs with typically on the weekend. So it's kind of the practice that when the session opens, that's kind of the practice that I really got to go on. And it's just really changing up a driver's setting from our setup to iRacing fix.
How long does it usually take you to kind of get acclimated with the setups as you're racing, like getting warmed up for the night?
I'll probably run about 45 minutes to an hour, and I'm still getting acclimated through the first probably half of the race.
Okay. So it takes a little while to get through there. Whoever has their
sorry, Randy.
you need a 7-second delay. Somebody's bleeding onto the camera there. I don't know who that is.
What?
I was watching the broadcast.
Yeah, somebody's listening to the broadcast and is bleeding through the broadcast.
But So, like, where did you run your fast laps at Coda this past week? I know that I think I ran my fastest that last tire run near the end. I think I finally dropped down to low 220s, maybe 219, right near the end, and compared to probably like 225 was my qualifying.
Yeah, my qualifying was god awful. Probably, I think about right at the end of the first stage, start of the second stage is when I started running my faster laps. I seemed like I was getting quicker as the tires wore.
Oh, sorry, Adam.
You're good.
Go ahead. Gentlemen first, please.
No, I'm good, man. Go for it.
No, well, I was gonna ask because I know that you guys don't do the AOL. They do a day ahead of the race. There's like a 3-4 hour practice. I know IVRL don't really do that. Every now and then drivers will get together and schedule a practice or something like that. But you guys pretty much practice for the race. How much do you actually practice in advance for that upcoming week? Like, for instance, Coda or coming into this Charlotte race?
We'll start practicing on the Saturday, about a week and a couple days before the race, but that's just because we're working on our sets for some other series that we run in. Getting that seat time at the track, it's probably about a week and some change, but the real good practice with the set is definitely just the day of the race.
Not a lot of practice at all, just kind of going out there and wing it and hoping that you have a good run.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think as long as you've got an idea what the track's going to run like, all the setups could change, gearing and stuff like that. So you may have different breaking points, but it shouldn't be far off from what is going to be set for the actual race.
I think the difference is more of the tire or the track temperature of what the heat is.
Right.
And that's what really makes or breaks the track. Like Darlington, it was a hot, slick track compared to if we would have raced in the evening, it would have made it a whole lot different. And it's kind of hard to try to find that right temperature that what IVRL is going to use to, hone in on for your practices.
Yeah, I mean, it helps, like you guys said, with knowing the tire wear. I mean, it's what the tires are going to do when they start wearing. You have that better idea of kind of where to move on the track and everything. But braking points, it's completely different than our sets that we run typically.
Randy, you look perplexed there, man. I got to know what you were about to say.
I'm sitting here looking at Nick, and Nick is doing this.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure something out over here. I have 3 monitors.
I'm like, okay, is this channel? I'm like, is this Pornhub over here, and this is HBO, or what's going on?
No, I'm trying to figure something out on my first and my third monitor.
Oh my God! Well, what's going on in that video he's watching? Apparently,
at least he's not racing a lot right now.
Oh man, sorry, that was woo.
Randy, I'm running out of space on the freaking store for all these damn shirts you make me make. Now I have, is that Pornhub on this monitor and this is HBO on this monitor? Like, son of a bitch, I'm running out of space.
Oh man, that's funny.
I'm gonna have a transition break with a Pornhub.
Now I have plans for the All-Star race.
So what happened to the rating of this show?
We've not said anything terribly inappropriate.
That goes along.
They mention worse. Like, you can see worse on TV at 2:00 in the morning.
So that sponsorship goes with our condom sponsorship.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, what 10-year-old doesn't know what Pornhub is?
They shouldn't, but they do.
They shouldn't, but they do.
They shouldn't.
Thank God my daughter doesn't.
Yo, if my daughter at 8 years old in 2 years figures out what it is, we got issues.
But
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyways, back to the regularly
to
scheduled
racing.
program.
Now let's go back to racing. We got
Oh, my
Derek,
God, man.
sorry,
I don't-
Derek. We got on a tangent there. I was kind of plump or perplexed by the.
Plump? You were kind of
mixing.
plump. I'm going to mute my mic for a little while.
I'm creeped out now.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Sorry, so
Go ahead.
I'll get us back
Larry,
on track
go
here.
ahead
So,
and ask Derek another
Derek,
question so we know what's going on.
So, all right, going in, who do you think has the best chance of winning on Tuesday night?
Well, besides Causey, I would say Weatherby's got a really good shot. He tends to be really quick every weekend. It tends to fall into more of a track that he seems to have been quicker at. Gaspar, when he shows up, he's quick, and I think he's got a really good shot at it too.
I think
I like how you do that when he shows up, right?
Exactly.
my pick for this week is going to be Christian Converse. It's kind of like the other week that it was his race to lose and he lost it, but he was up front for most of the night. So that's going to be my pick for this Tuesday night at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
I got a question for you before we get too deep into the picks. What is your racing background, Derek?
iRacing. Done it for 3 years. That's really it. I mean, I've been around racing growing up, like my dad racing and everything. I've been around it, but not behind the wheel really.
Do you mean your dad never let you drive the race car?
He's a very particular fellow, and I was not.
You know what he's thinking right now? He's probably if he ever listens, he'd be like, "Boy, I see the way you driving that iRacing. You think you touching my damn race car? You're crazy."
Oh, he already thought that way before now.
You got your mind.
You out your mind.
All right, let's go ahead and do our picks here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get them in.
So Adams already did his. So Josh.
Let's get it for Josh.
So I've loved watching him on these intermediates. I'm going to go with Mr. Greg Holt.
Always a good pick.
I'm going to go Causey, man. I'm going to go with the known.
You got to go with the obvious.
I'm going with the known. I mean, come on, man. I always try to pick somebody out in left field. Tonight, I'm going to go with the known. I'm going with Causey. I'm not Larry O'Patrick yet, all right? I'm going with
You're getting
the
there.
obvious. No, I'm not.
He's chugging along.
I'm like 5 beers deep. Mind you, I had a freaking tall boy at dinner tonight, so that's why I said 5.
Nick.
Although I've listened to the broadcast and I am enjoying all these picks for the simple fact that every time you guys pick somebody, they tend to wreck. So that's really working out for me. Just keep picking away.
This is what we call the commentator's curse. We like to jinx people is what we actually do.
Thanks for that
Yeah,
last night, guys,
yeah.
by the way.
Yeah. I found that out real quick last night.
I picked myself
Josh
and I
is
won
gonna
on
drive
one, so I'm
away.
good.
Oh, I got real quick,
Josh
Derek.
is gonna drive away, and then
Derek, did you hear the broadcast from the TNT last night?
No, I did not.
Well-
Basically, the commentators there. I'm not going to name the two, Adam and Randy.
Larry was
They basically said Josh Laston is going to destroy the rest of the field. We're going to be watching the mid pack of the field because he's going to be so far out. And Josh finished second. He was about a minute behind the leader.
so
And it was because of a turn 1 incident at Watkins Glen.
I'm not going to discuss the
You had
turmoil
more
that
issues
happened.
than that. You had more issues than that, and we will get to that.
I'm not going
Nick,
to discuss
give
the
us your pick.
turmoil that happened in our channel before that, but all I have to say is it was literally mentioned 10 seconds before it happened.
Anyway.
I picked for Tuesday night.
Let's
Back
do
on
this
track. My
TNT.
pick for
Let's go back
Tuesday
to-
night
Yeah.
is
all right.
let's see. I want to go with somebody I haven't picked recently. And just because Causey wanted a road course, I don't think that's going to bring his momentum back at these 1.5 mile tracks. Just don't think it's going to happen. He's got to break through at some point to really make a case for him to be able to be a championship favorite. So I'm going to go with Cody. He's going to break his bad luck and finally get up there.
You just made Cody very happy in the comments section. I'm waiting for those to start popping in.
I'm going to do the same. I'm going to kind of do the same thing. Somebody that we've looked at and we've seen him do really well throughout the season, but just has not been able to break through. I am going to go with Nick's favorite guy, Ira Kohlhaas.
He is my favorite person.
He's my favorite name.
I could have picked Juan Garza.
Oh, well, never mind. Ira is no longer my favorite name.
Because I always call him Hector Garza after the wrestler.
Fair enough. Derek, let's hear it. What you got, buddy?
Derek, you have to pick yourself.
And you are allowed to pick yourself. Call your shot if you feel it.
No. You can't pick yourself. No, you're not allowed.
You can. You can.
No, that's not fair.
I would go for a solid top 5 for myself, but I'm gonna go with Weatherby because
I like it.
He tends to run strong at these tracks, and I mean he tends to be fast everywhere. He's been showing that late if he stays out of trouble. I think as long as he's out of trouble, I say he'll win it, and I'll even say he'll lead probably about 25% of the laps even.
Wow, that's a big call there. I just want to point out, Cody said, dang it, now I'm definitely going to wreck.
Oh, I mean, let's be honest. It's not different than any other week. So
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say, what's new?
Oh, man.
Surprising to us, Cody?
Man.
I mean, he's got to make it through the first lap. So,
well, hey, man, Derek, it has been a pleasure having you on here today, man. And we definitely got to get you back at some time. Good luck to you this weekend, man. And we can't wait to watch you out there.
I appreciate it, guys. You guys keep having fun.
Always, man. Have a good one. Not going to lie, I was giving everybody an opportunity to say bye. I'm the only one going to say bye to the guest today.
You're the host.
Yeah.
You're the hostess.
We are on a mission tonight.
Yeah,
you are on a mission tonight. I'm on a mission tonight.
I'm on a mission to mess with everybody, and
so
we'll get there.
All right, so our next guest, Dan Shirley. Dan, I know you're in the comments. You can pop into the waiting room whenever you want. We'll pull you in. We're here. Let's go ahead, since he's not here yet. Let's talk a little TNT.
Let's not, please.
Oh, we are. So TNT, man, Josh, a full second faster than the entire field in practice, gets top qualify. He qualifies number 1, and then gets smacked in turn 1 at the start, man. I gotta know. We've heard the story that it was mentioned that this is going to happen. Turn 1. What went through your mind? Did you think about trying to, just prepare yourself for it? Like, run me down on that.
So I'll let Nick tell the story once we get through this. But essentially, Carl and I talked. It was we literally told one another where we were going to be going into that first turn. I told him the exact position I was going to go so he didn't turn in on me. Anything of that nature. It's the joyous part of having your teammate to your outside. We went through, got great jumps off the green, and yeah, I had a rocket. Just decided to take me out. And here's the worst part is you guys can give me crap for what happened in turn 2 after that. If you actually went and looked at the replay and then also looked at the telemetry data, that was my car braking. That was not me spinning. That was my right front going. It was nothing more than that.
So, and I mean, I'm not going to lie, though. I'm going to give you crap anyways, first off.
Yeah, that's fine.
Teammate.
I wouldn't expect it any other way.
But, yeah, okay. I was right. Dude, you were so fast. So fast. I didn't expect, just because of a turn 1 incident, that you would fall a full minute down on the leader. It just seemed like once that one mistake happened, it compiled and it just kept falling, and you just kept having issues, man. Like, was it self-inflicted? I mean, I get that you say that the next corner that it was your car doing this, but you had more mistakes other than that. Was it just frustration over driving the car? What was going on?
I had one other issue, and I said it in the interview last night. I was angry driving.
He was angry. Angry.
I went from being the fastest person on track to having a broken car, and if you looked at the lap times, my time slowly came down over the course of the 10 laps before I went in, which that was 100% planned from the beginning, was going in on lap 10 or 11, make it to where we could go to the end because we knew there was no way.
Yeah.
So we went in. I was excited to have a fixed car thanks to the fast repair.
So was Carl.
And I came out still behind Carl and Nick, and Carl was fast last night. There's no denying that.
He was.
But I had that little bit of extra speed, and I wasn't really wanting to push it because I'd already lost so much time that I just wanted to bring it home safe. And then the second spin was a little bit of aero loose coupled with anxiety and anger. And yeah, I put it into the wall.
And I want to talk about another one of your teammates real quick.
Are we going to
Dan
talk
is
about
in
our
the waiting.
new landscaper?
Dan is in the comments. Adam, you are incorrect. That is number 4.
Number 4, my bad. I lost count.
I thought Nick was going to keep count. So, anyways, I do want to talk about another one of our teammates. It got mentioned. Randy, you actually mentioned it. And Nick, man, incredibly, you were fast. You were faster than what I expected you to be. I think Randy expected you to be. I don't know about Adam. I won't speak for Adam.
I knew from the night prior that he was pretty fast. We were racing with the trucks and Coda, and me and him, or I had a mistake and got behind him because we all got nullified qualifying. And once I got behind him, I was hoping to catch him, and then I just saw him walking away from me. And the only way I got by him was through pit strategy.
Well, there you go. So everybody expected you to be fast. He expected you to be fast. You caught me and Randy off guard.
No, I said no. I thought he would be pretty good because he likes road courses.
He was all right. But what went on with you that corner right before that last corner, man? You drove through that freaking sand and grass more than anybody probably ever has at Watkins Glen history.
Well, I drove through that every single time my tires got old. Like, it was every single time the tires started to go off just a little bit. That was the end. It's when it went out.
Every lap?
It wasn't every
Darn
lap.
near.
I did it.
It seemed like about every roughly around minute-ish.
Yeah,
my little screen would say Nick Adams off course, and then I would click it and it was same spot.
No, so where you were getting my off courses every time was going into the bus stop because of the way I enter the bus stop, because of the way that the iRacing ridiculous. I had 30 X's last night. 26 of them came from the bus stop. And the way I enter the bus stop is I put the right front tire over the first curve.
I think that corner we're talking about, it just quit counting your X's. You went through that so much.
They gave you free passes.
And everybody literally can vouch for that. And by the way, Nick, obviously reading the comments, which you are no longer allowed to shave your face because it is causing
They are
a freaking
blowing
uproar.
up because I
It is
have
causing
no
an
beard
uproar.
now.
The fact that you don't have a beard right now.
Who, me or Josh?
Josh, my bad, Nick. I said Nick.
No one complained about me when I shaved my beard.
I almost left a
because
mustache, but
that's because
my wife
you
would
have
kill
like
me.
an extreme
Josh,
patchy
trust
face.
me. I left a mustache when I shaved my beard, and my wife told me I looked. So if anybody knows who Tim Thomas is, he was a goalie for the Bruins, and in 2012 he shaved his beard after the playoffs. And he left this mustache.
Rain Man.
And no, he looked like a children's friend from the 1990s.
Jesus.
And
And we haven't forgotten Dan.
terrible.
I'm actually just about to pull him in when this guy gets done ranting.
About-
I haven't forgotten.
Give me those
About
facts. He's
Boston
not ranting.
sports that no one cares about.
Yeah, exactly. So right there, Blake, who even watches hockey?
Oh,
Blake, I do though. But anyways, let's get into this. Let's bring in Dan Shirley. We've got limited time with him tonight, and I want to make sure we talk to him. So without further ado, let's bring in. You said it starts at 9:50, or I got 15, so I'm keeping
9:15.
All right. So
We have to be
here we
loaded
go.
in,
Let's
too,
bring
at
in
the same
Dan
time.
Shirley. It looks like the muskrat on the screen, man. Dan, how you doing? And Dan. Daniel. Daniel Shirley.
tried.
In there?
Oh, he's getting cameras. There we go.
First off, Dan, wonderful to see you.
We got no audio though.
No audio. Yeah.
Why does everybody we bring in this podcast look better than me?
Well, that's not fucking hard. dude.
We have to make
47-year-old man. What are you talking about?
Look at that hairline. With that hairline alone, okay? Like,
You're just showing
not
it off
looking
right
better
there.
looking to anybody. You need to wear a hat. We have audio with Dan. Still can't hear you, brother. By the
Fair.
way, the PlayStation hat's not going to work. It needs to be a GFM hat.
and then purchase me one. I was too
I
lazy
had
to
a
order
Sam
one.
Bass hat on earlier. I figured my
Still
hair
can't hear you, Dan.
All right.
Because he's using
I'm
AirPods.
actually
Talk
like
on by chance.
Larry tonight and am real deep. I'm on.
Any better?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotcha.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. It was the cam picking up the microphone wasn't working, so sorry about that. But
No,
you got a glimpse.
It's cool. Well, yeah, we get a glimpse. It's a shame. We would like them both to work because it is nice to see your face. First off, that you totally known homo, man. You're probably the best looking dude we've had on the show yet, minus Randy Pepper.
Well, I'm like 5'7", so that's my silver medal is having a head of hair as a near 40.
Facts, right? Facts.
It's okay, I'm 27
even-
and don't have a head of hair.
Even Johnny just said, he said, that's dapper Dan Shirley. So, Dan, as just we do with everybody new guest, man, first off, welcome. Glad to have you on tonight, man. We're glad we finally got you on here. Give us a little bit of 411 just on you, car you drive, series, and all that. Happy Jazz team.
Where are you from?
Yeah, so I'm actually in Kansas City, Missouri, so I'm in Central Time Zone. So you guys are always talking Eastern Time Zone, so I always have to adjust. But
I'm with you.
I drive-
I'm with you.
Oh, nice. I drove the 49 in the Sportsman of the Cup Series, and got hooked up with these guys way back in the 90s during the AOLL original days. And special shout out to Steve Gottschalk and Justin Anderson, two of my oldest friends at this game. Met him when I was, I think 13 years old or something like that. We turned a ton of laps together, late at night, just running around at NASCAR too, and it was a ton of fun. So it was great to hook back up with them in the last couple of years and do this again.
Yeah, man. I was about to say, you don't look as old as those guys. You talk about them, 13. You're probably what, 30 something?
37.
37. Yeah. Like,
Really,
I was
only
about to say.
37? Wow, I thought you were a little older than that. Because, yeah, I remember you back in the old days. And
Dude, he looks younger than me.
Yeah. He's a good-looking fella.
All right, let's
said.
get away from how
Yeah,
good looking
Randy
he
has another man crush.
I don't have man crush on anybody.
is. But Ed threw a comment out there. He said, "Mick Ultra?" Question mark. He's doubting your.
Oh yeah,
beard
well,
choice.
so I had to address that. I saw you guys throwing shade at it in the comments last week. Hey, why not? You can drink like 20 of them in a day, and it's all good. You don't get all full and everything like that. That's my go-to.
See, that's what I'm saying. People don't understand.
That's
people
why
give
it's me
crap
and
because of the
Miller
beers
Lite.
I drink.
That's why it's Miller
They're
Lite
like,
for me.
why do you drink that? It's like water, and it's like, well,
Come on,
sometimes I
highlight
want to
is
drink a
where
lot
it's
of beer. I want to be able
I'm
to
gonna
drink
wake
without
up
getting
tomorrow and
too
wake up on too. So
High life is where it's at, man.
Johnny said he probably works out later. Johnny, you're probably right. Actually, my wife told me today, she was like, PT, what's PT? I was like, I don't know. I went running one day this week. That's about the extent of my PT this week. But anyways, hey, man. So back on the topic at hand. So let's talk trucks.
yeah, let's get that out of the way. Then we can talk about the victory on Sunday.
Absolute heartbreaker for you, man. You had a killer run the entire time at Coda. First off, the consistency you turned at Coda was phenomenal. How I don't want to dredge up how heartbreaking was it to lose it that last lap, you know what I mean, and to lose that race.
Yeah, so, well, we'll put it this way. When you guys pulled me into the booth for the second place conversation, I was on the other side of my room picking up my water bottle that worked its way to the other side of the room. But yeah, no, basically, Piscini and I had really good races. Like I said in the Facebook page, 380 turns, and each of us made a single mistake, and mine was just a little bigger. So,
and just at the wrong
the bottle
time, right?
drive, man. And I do have to say this, fair play to Chris. He was just a fixture in my mirror. I kept thinking that eventually I would kind of inch my way ahead, lap after lap, like usually happens with road courses, but I just could not get away. He kept me absolutely honest. And, there was just that little degree of attention that was on him, and that definitely played into locking up that right front there, coming into that turn, I don't know, 13 or something like that, and led to the drama.
Well, and that's the thing about races, right? They always say that one lap, even, it doesn't matter if it's the beginning, the end of the race, it really can't win you the race, but it could lose you the race, right? And that small little lapse of concentration. And obviously, like you just said, it just was a small lapse of concentration going into that corner.
Oh, it absolutely was. Last lap, so heart's beating a little faster, eyes are in the mirror, obviously a tough circuit with all the horsepower and none of the traction control or any of the sports car goodies. And it, I don't know, there's really nothing else to say. Just kind of screwed myself on it.
But I mean, still a great run, especially for Coda. And I hope you would never get down at yourself about that, because the run was phenomenal for a track of that magnitude.
Oh yeah, definitely a tough circuit, especially in these vehicles. It's a really good layout for a road course, but man, these stock cars are just tough on them, and it takes immaculate throttle control, one bad mistake, and game over. And we'll see on Sunday how everybody fares. But it's gonna be interesting.
I honestly think it's gonna be. Oh, are we good? Go.
Oh, I just wanted to know real quick for anybody chimed in. What's your lap time looking like?
Don't share that information. Don't share it. Don't give people a target.
So actually, we were in the open practice last night for the league. Most of the steel horse racing guys, and Joe actually bested me. So Joe Dinsmore dropped a 2:16.8, and I had a 2:16.9 on the same lap. So,
Jesus Christ.
That's 4 seconds faster than my fastest lap on Tuesday night. So I'll just see you guys cruising away. I'm fine with it. It's a road course. You guys just have fun. And hopefully nobody shows up and I get a top 10.
So hold on. Justin's throwing out that you were at a 2:13.
Well, I will check that.
I was going to say, because honestly, we had a CCR practice there, and in the Cup cars, I was throwing down a 2:14, so I would expect you to be better than me.
There's no way.
So people were commenting that within our team, the conditions were pretty slick there on Thursday night. So I don't know if it was a weather factor or what was going on, but it definitely was. Like, the cars did not feel connected to the track.
And a lot of these road courses, especially with the Cup cars, you gotta let them get straightened out before you can really put any power down.
Oh, for sure. I feel like at Coda, in either the truck or the Cup car, we're at full throttle maybe 10% of the lap, and most of that's down the back straight. Other than that, it's just resisting the urge. And you know what? That might have played into the Wednesday night incident I had. It's just, getting the heart beating, seeing in my mirror, and getting on the throttle just a little too much, out of the turn, messed me up for the next entry. So it's really going to be fun to watch and just see how people manage the entire race, because, all it takes is one mistake and you're out 10, 12, 15 seconds for a spin or anything like that.
The absolute depression of road courses.
So I have the times up from last night's wonderful practice, and Joe and Dan are the class of the fields at a 2:16. 888 for Joe and 2:16.965 for Dan Shirley here. And then Brian Mcferrin comes in 3 seconds later almost at 2:19. with Steve Goschalk, and then Billy Klingbeil is at 220, and the times just kind of go up from there. So,
and real quick, what you're kind of Justin did say that 213, he was making that time up.
no, but I want to see, to see what the spread was. I wasn't able to practice last night. Did some family time after the pod or the broadcast, but I had plenty of laps on Tuesday night to acclimate myself to the way the Cup cars handles, and I like the way they shift better than the trucks, because in the trucks you had to wait until you're fully almost stopped and on those apex corners before you could downshift in the first, whereas the Cup cars, you have a little bit more leniency when you drop down the first gear on those hard left-hand turns there.
The Cup cars definitely brake and turn in much, much better than the trucks. It's kind of that from the apex out where I think you're going to see a lot of struggling, or, you're going to see passing opportunities open up from people jumping on it a little too heavily, or, running a little wide.
And could that be the power of the car as opposed to the truck?
Yeah, I think it would have to be.
And I think the car is actually, when you first hit the throttle, it doesn't take off, but then the power, like maybe a half a second to a second later in first gear, it wants to spin the back tires. It's not instantaneous. It takes like a quick second for it to hit that like 2,000 or 3,000 RPM rev limit, and then once it hits that, it's like, okay, time to spin the back tires. I'm done.
Well, and the power of the truck is a lot more reserved, right? I mean,
Yeah.
The truck's heavier, everything like that. So it's definitely going to handle way different. Hey, Dan, Johnny said, what kind of setup do you have?
As far as my gear, so I've got, pretty standard stuff. I've got the Fanatec 2.5 wheelbase. I run the Fanatec Porsche 919 wheel. That's a really good wheel for both the stock cars and the GT style cars. I've just got the CSL Elite pedals. And then two of the best investments I've actually ever made were the Derek Spear design side panels with a bunch of buttons and dials and stuff, and the LCD that goes right behind the wheel, so I could run the Z1 software. I live by that stuff. I absolutely could not run a race without it.
Well, we need to talk about that offline then. Are you running triples? You running VR?
Yeah, so I actually I have both, and I run triples. I just upgraded to triple 27s from triple 24s. In fact, back for the Martinsville Cup race, I just upgraded to the triples and had one of them go out. So I had to bolt on one of my 24s on the left-hand side. So I was running two 27s and one 24, and it was, oh man, it was uncomfortable. But I got that sorted out. All 27s now.
Let's talk the last race. Let's talk Dover.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Close race, man. You were running second, last restart, green-white checker. You grabbed the lead and grabbed the checker, man. I got to know, what went through your mind on that restart, and how do you feel about that?
Well, I just noticed that Josh took a drink of his beer there, kind of a victory drink.
Well, I'm glad somebody else noticed that. I thought I'd hit a. Yeah, well, go on.
No, so, yeah, I mean, we had a couple restarts there at the end. So Hanner, who, by the way, you guys brought him in. He's immediately gone to the top tier of competition. He's, he drives consistently and clean. I'm not sure if maybe he leaned on his tires just a little too much on some of those kind of false restarts that we had. But I was able to get enough of a jump, even though he jumped me on the start overall on that last one. And I kind of arced in to turns 1 and 2. And I was basically going to bluff go into the inside of turn 3 and see if I could just get in his head a little bit. But I ended up getting the call for a car high. And I thought, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this. So I just stuck it in there. And, at Dover, once you have the inside line, you're going to be able to get through it. And, yeah, I did. And then just saw it that last lap. And it was, all glory to Josh.
All right, Josh.
Not
Why
the
did we
right
take a drink
Josh.
of beer there? No, why did we take a drink of beer there, Josh?
So, all right, I'll do it. I'll bite.
I mean, either you're going to or I'm going to.
That's why I'll go ahead. So it was a very it was something that was it was kind of alluded to during the broadcast. On those restarts, you were quite a bit farther forward than anyone else. And, all right, you were in front of Hanner.
Yes. So, harkening back to my go-karting days, that was one of my techniques. Was when I was starting on the outside, was just to put a bumper in front of the inside car, just knowing that, basic distance dictates that when you're on the outside, you have farther to go. So by the time you come up to speed and like everything comes together for a green flag start, you should be about even. I think it just takes away the disadvantage of being on the outside.
All right.
Well, I mean, I like that theory. I mean, you're running that old quarter mile, maybe, runners or something like that, right? Like, the inside guys may start further out or, whatever. I couldn't really tell you, but they offset it so that way they all run the equal distance and the finish line's at the exact same spot, right?
Yeah, it's one of those deals where, especially in this league, where the P1 controls the pace. You just have to be so attentive to it because it's a massive advantage. It absolutely is on the double file restarts.
Hey Blake, I want to know. I want to be specific on exactly what you hate. So, do me a favor and just clarify exactly what you're talking about.
While we're waiting on that, I want to.
I think I know why, but I want to be verified on that.
I want to make one comment on that, and this was something I asked the admins afterwards because I didn't want to call you out on it because, again, at the end of the day, it's just one of those things that I wanted clarification. As long as the leader goes before green, it's fine. So yeah, you're 100% clear in all of that, because I didn't want to make a stink, bring it up on the broadcast if it was just something that it's no big deal. I would just watch it to where if he does wait for green, then it's a penalty.
And that makes total sense. No, and I'll agree. That's going through my head at a certain point when you're playing that game that I was playing, and there was a degree of trying to stab the throttle at the right time. I was well aware I would have screwed it up and massively been called out and probably got a penalty. But when there's 2 to go, sometimes you got to shoot your shot.
And I'm sitting in 4th right behind you, and I appreciated that little bit leadway because I was on your bumper, ready to go, so that I could race Steve for those last 2.5 or that last green white checker. So when I was sitting there in 4th,
were you giving the tip?
I was close enough to give him a tip, but I didn't give him a tip.
So I mean, I do like it, and that's a good strong play on the rules. Because like I said, when it came down to that race and all that being talked about, kind of like Blake was just verifying exactly what I thought he was talking about. If you're not the leader, stay behind the guy, who is. But I get your outlook on it too. It makes sense.
So I'll say this. I don't think that had as big of an impact on being able to make that pass on the backstretch as Adam and Steve running side by side into turn 1 and 2, because what that allowed me to do was to arc up and then cut down off turn 2 as we're Hanner, and you mentioned in the broadcast, he couldn't go full throttle coming off, and that all led into being able to run down into turn 3.
Exactly. And as Blake just said, that when a guy on the outside does that to him, he tries to slow down so that way it'll penalize the guy on the outside. So at the end of the day, we all know these restarts are a little bit of a game. I bring it up. Like I said, I was going to say something if Josh didn't really want to say it. But at the end of the day, I kind of got where their outlook on it is. It almost takes away that right of the leader dictates the start, right? So that's what's on the league outside of the initial start. It's on the leader. So you're kind of riding on the leader to jump before that green flag comes out.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a fine line. You can sit there and let the leader just throttle down and get ahead and then battle it out with the second row, or you can try to pace up there with them.
So I got a question. Were you basically hitting the throttle, because when I'm trying to do it, I'm trying to listen in for the leader's car that are in fourth, and it sounded like I could hear your car and I could kind of see it jerking just a little bit, where you're just trying to plan the timing and you're hitting it and hitting the brake at the same time, ready to basically pounce when he does. I'm not sure if that was your car I was hearing, but I think that was.
Oh yeah, that was definitely mine. So we'd had 2 prior restarts, Hannah and I on the front row there, and as that goes on, you start learning what each other is trying to do and then trying not to do it, kind of a game theory type thing. And so I was trying to mess with him. I'm sure he was trying to mess with me, and so there's a lot of that going on by the time we got to that final restart. So that was definitely revving up and not going.
And I don't want you to think it's like, shoot, I just walked into like everybody's like coming at me on this rule. But man, hey, you play them rules beautifully. Like, and I didn't know.
Oh,
that. You know
I honestly,
like, I didn't know
beautiful.
that we could do this. It is that fine line to where you take away that slight advantage from the leader, but it's within the rules of doing it.
Well, if it ties it all together, you can see my icon here. Now that you can't see my my camera is a weasel, and that's my nickname is the Weasel.
Well, I wouldn't call you a weasel, man. A weasel does really shady stuff. I wouldn't call that shady. I call that playing within the rules, and you're playing it right. Exactly. Like Blake just said, he doesn't hate the player for what it's worth. You got to do what you got to do, and you did exactly what you had to do to take away the advantage of the leader, and ultimately it won you the race. It was beautiful.
Yeah, and I just want to say to Hanner, he ran tight and clean. We didn't have a lot of space between us, but he didn't try to throw a block down or pinch down or anything like that. So it was just he didn't try to get dirty with it. So I really appreciated that.
Yeah, he's not that kind of guy. He would rather bring it across the line than take everybody out and screw everyone.
Yeah, when it comes through in like his racecraft, we've seen since 4 races since he began.
I tell you that there goes more bitching in our team chat from other drivers than Hanner. Like Hanner is like, oh man, it's cool. Like he's such a nonchalant driver. It cracks me up. Everybody else is like, what the heck is going on? And he's like, oh man, it's cool. I'm happy. Like I'm good. But yeah, man. So it was an exciting race, though. I mean, at the end of the day, you've literally within the past week has just given us 2 exciting races. The last lap, man. Like, have you? I expect eventually in the near future. No offense, Nick. I'm not trying to jinx you. For him to have a heart attack with his broadcasting, excitable little feller. But as far as for you, how have you not had a heart attack with these finishes?
Well, as I mentioned, I started racing when I was 7 years old, and I've been doing this a long time, both in real life and on sim. So I've been in most situations before. So these are not new things I'm going through. So once you take that edge away, you can kind of mentally compute the situation and kind of keep your edge about yourself. So really, it's just experience. It's just the years behind me.
I gotta know, man. Do you bring a very methodical, almost an educational approach to the race? Like you're looking at telemetry and data and everything like that, and you crunch numbers to figure everything out?
Yeah, it's a very astute observation. My job is actually as a data analyst, so the answer would be yes to that.
So, and the reason why I say that, no offense, man, I looked at your Facebook page and I was like, this dude looks like a college grad. I bet he's really smart. And then you just used the word astute, and I was like, oh, this dude has to crunch numbers. Like, I'm like this, button pusher to where I'm like, I just hope this works. I'm like, this dude's got every little bit of data going through his head, and he knows. That's brilliant. Love it.
Well, I'll tell you this. Listen, I don't consider myself a tier 1 driver. Justin, Blake, and I would say Hannah at this point definitely occupy that space. So in the cold light of day, just driving fast, those guys are going to beat me. So I have to start looking for advantages in different places. to try to be able to eke out those good finishes. And sometimes it's the data, sometimes it's a different strategy, sometimes it's luck. But
Hey, man.
you just have to find it.
I mean, hey, just want to let you know, I know you just came to start listening into these wonderful podcasts here recently, but your name has been picked almost weekly by one of us here on either or Sportsman and Cup Series to actually be picked to win. So, I mean, your name is up there with the likes of Justin, Steve, Joe, and Blake, the alien.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We pick you all the time, so don't sell yourself short at all.
And look at how many times we've talked to you in the Cup Series recently.
It's been good to get up there. It's kind of a weekly feature there. So, Josh is my new best friend. We get to chat every week.
I know it's a lot of fun.
I'm curious to see who's willing to pick me after my mess up there on Wednesday. Who's got the faith?
I hate to tell you, man.
It happens to the best.
It doesn't go away. Like it's not going to. I mean, we know that these mistakes are far and few between, right? Like, especially for a mental lapse, like you just said, you're a data analyst. I don't foresee you having a ton of mental lapse. That right there for me tells me I'd pick you a lot more often than say Adam Wood.
And nobody picks me.
I did once.
Yeah, they picked you for like Talladega.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
And then you sucked at it.
I know. I ran up front all freaking night.
Where'd you finish?
He won the IVRL, so
that doesn't count.
It does
very much
because
does.
It means I finished in 15th because somebody wrecked on the second to last lap, 15 feet from the white flag. Who wrecked? It's the guy. It's the guy with the name Larry Patrick that screwed over that wonderful finish that was going to be had when I'm sitting in, I think, it's second spot.
Lies, and more lies.
This is why Larry doesn't run frequently now.
Larry's back. All right, Larry's back. I've been doing a little practice on Coda without everybody.
Are we going to see you on Sunday?
I'll be there on Sunday. I love road courses. I'm the most unconventional track guy that you're going to find. I'd much rather run dirt road courses than run these 1.5 miles. I like super speedways. Short tracks are okay, but I'd much rather run the unconventional, the unknown. I think it's a more of a level playing field.
Hey, Daniel, I want to give you some great information. Advice. No, information. I will not be there Sunday, so you don't have to worry about me running India or causing any havoc around you, all right?
If I remember correctly, you went way out of your way at Dover to let me by. In fact, I think you put yourself in the wall.
I did. I
really
did not want to. No, I prefer not to wreck somebody if I can all,
I've been putting a little time in. I was going to join the practice last night. We were working on my child's nursery, and I didn't get done enough time to join the AOL practice. But I turned some laps. I've been watching some videos, trying to figure out what gears I need to be in. And I told the old lady tomorrow it's going to be barbecue, beer, and I'm going to be turning laps all day.
I'll be seeing the laps turned all day tomorrow at Coda. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be raining, too.
At the track.
I'll be at Krabby's playing 5 to 8 at Krabby's in Daytona Beach. Everybody wants to come see me play with a psychotic duo.
Don't nobody want to watch you play, Randy. Just kidding.
I think everybody does.
I would.
I want that opportunity, but I'm in Ohio.
I got to know, man. What is your outlook to this weekend to Cups, man? We know you're strong in trucks. Is this your weekend for Cup as well?
Well, I tell you, like I was saying, the Cup car with the current setup after whatever hotfix they pushed out this week is tentative at best. Joe and I did lay down those 2:16 laps, but man, you're on the edge to try to get down to that point. So I think people would do well to maybe go a gear higher than they feel like they should be and keep it pointed straight, because under throttle, the car just wants to go. So I'm going to be out there trying to thread that needle between turning fast laps and going mistake free, and it's going to be tough in these cars. Like even though I love road courses and have a sports car background, I feel very tentative about the whole situation.
All right, well, let's get these picks in. Let's start with Adam, work our way around the horn.
This weekend, I'm gonna go with the man, the myth, the legend of Joe Dinsmore.
Man,
You're not nowhere in those categories that I mentioned prior.
I'm not a man either. All right,
no, you're a man.
Oh.
All right, so definitely just because I have to. You have your redemption race. I'm gonna go with Dan.
It's going to come out eventually. You know, the funny thing is when I was sitting there thinking of it too, I was like, hey, man, maybe I should go with Dan. And you took that pick, so now I'm not going to go with Dan. Thanks, yeah, butt nugget.
Have another beer, Larry.
Off the wall here. Wow, Justin, that hurts. I'm definitely not picking you for that one. Ed, I'm going to go Ed Springer, man. I'm going to go off the wall. Let's go Ed Springer.
I mean, he could be a legend, but just not as anything good.
He just said you're screwed now, Dan, and then I just picked him. Poor guy. Go ahead, Nick.
Oh, no, I'm gonna go with Joe. I'll go with Joe. I think it's a good pick.
Front row Joe.
Front row Joe. All right, I'm gonna go with Nerf.
It's Nerf for nothing.
Usually,
I don't.
Yeah, road courses, he normally kicks the sponsors. They no longer sponsor him for road
I know
courses.
at Daytona Road Course, he doesn't run any sponsors, and he runs a Chevrolet instead of his Toyota. So he kicks all of his sponsors out and runs a blank black
Josh, check the
Chevrolet.
comments, please.
It doesn't matter. We've called him Nerf since 96.
Oh, I know. We're just giving you.
NRF-91.
Yep.
Blake Gordon's picking Justin Anderson. All right, man. The guest. What you got?
But you don't want me hosting this thing, but I'll say
I feel like you should.
I'm not going to go with myself. I'm going to go with Justin because I'm sure he's going to be in the comments decrying about how much he dislikes road courses, and he might, but the guy's a driver and a competitor, and he puts in the work throughout the week to make sure he's there during the race. And,
your buddy Justin, real quick, he doesn't come in the comments whining and crying. He wants to harass me. That's basically what he does in the comments.
Fair. I have to stand with my teammate. But I do think he'll come through and be very quick, be up at the point of the field. And a little shout out to Brian Mcferrin, who's getting back into iRacing. He's been working his way back through Sportsman and into the Cup Series, and his finishes have been better and better. I think you'll see him in the top 5, maybe at the podium sooner rather than later.
And I got to know, real quick, Brian Mcferrin, relationship with him? You guys raced back in the day, or?
So he one of Nerf's old buddies, and he's been racing with us the past 2 months or so, and you know how it is when you get into iRacing. This stuff is not well documented. Just all the little things you have to do to kind of be able to race effectively. He's been picking up on that, and then once he has that behind him, he's just been doing a really good job of staying consistent and having good finishes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right. Well, I think that about does it as far as the podcast goes. Now, I'm going to kick it over. I'm going to dip on my
you got to go get that VR headset on.
duties. I'm not racing. I'm going to hang out with you, man.
Oh,
I'm
you're
going to
hang out?
beer. Yeah, I'm going to hang out and drink
Randy.
beer with you, buddy.
You guys can both hang out. I'm more than happy to, because I'm going to be laughing most of the time.
Yeah, I had no intentions of running this race. I figured I'd stay here and drink beer all night. I brought a 12-pack up with me.
I'm going to take my socks off, put my racing
I got
socks
6 left. So, all right, I'm going to kick it over to Josh Laston. I am no longer going to host this shindig. Josh, take it away, buddy.
All right.
Oh, hey, real quick.
Dan, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Loved having you on. Next time, we expect camera and everything.
Yeah, I'll get it sorted out. And Josh, I'll be back here on Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll chat. Hopefully you're first, but that's just because I know my teammate is not great at road courses.
And he's not talking about me.
I'm talking about both of you.
You said teammate, not teammates. Okay, anyways, Josh, take it away.
All right, so
Him saying Gene can't find it, by the way, Josh.
I know, I just sent it back.
What is it? I don't even know what it is.
He's trying to get all the information for the race, invite, and everything like that. So.
It's quite literally just a hosted session under GFM Podcast Challenge.
I gotta know, man, who's actually from GFM racing this thing?
Carl's in there. Nick's in there. Adam's in there. I'm waiting for it to go live before I can.
Looking for it. What is it? GFM what?
GFM Podcast Challenge.
It's not up on it yet.
Yeah, it's just rolled over on the clock. So
No, I gotta know. Are we bringing everybody into?
There will be in the waiting room.
We're going to be in the waiting room. I'm actually going to switch away from the video because no one wants to watch my ugly mug while I'm calling a race.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
We are going to go ahead and go that direction. And why is it not starting?
Mm, 9:16. Let's do this thing.
Damn it, Josh.
Not want to race.
Today is May 21st at 9:15 p.m.
Is it Central Standard Time or Eastern?
It's open now. Calm yourselves.
Hey, I don't have a password here.
Larry, not Larry.
Yes, sir.
Randy, check your DMs on Discord.
There's
Hey,
a
send me
chance
one
he
too,
may
man,
not
because-
be in there.
I'm
not
hopping
in
out, guys.
That's why
Have
I
fun.
just sent it to
Hey,
him.
good luck, Adam.
We'll see you on the other side.
There you go, Randy. I just sent you the
Okay,
password.
I got it.
Shit, somebody sent me the link to it.
All right.
Larry,
All
you
right.
were in the original messages.
I
Gentlemen,
quit checking those. I actually freaking.
I'll see y'all on the
I
other
muted
side.
that chat.
All right, so apparently I joined and I can't exactly watch, so we're just going to sit and watch for a little while here. But I am going to go ahead and launch this. And go ahead once it's open and switch over. So those that are listening and may not have seen the posts, we're going to do this a little frequently here, and we're going to throw up the occasional fun races for guests past and present, and everyone's going to be a little weird. So tonight we're actually putting a car on a track that does not belong. So we are actually going to be running the 2012 spec Indy cars on Lime Rock Circuit.
And
It's a relatively small track that's not really designed for cars as big as the Indy cars.
And let's be specific about this. Like you just said, this is not a normal thing. You would never see this in real life. This is to screw with these guys, see how they can adapt, and see how well they do.
Correct. And so, unfortunately, because... And yeah, Blake, no way I was going to use the chicane on this. There's no way we could fit more than one car if we could even fit these cars on the chicane at Lime Rock. So we're actually running...
My ass, we couldn't.
We are running the
That's for them to
Classic.
figure it out.
We're running the Lime Rock Classic, which, in all reality, this track is all right-handers with one exception. It is
We're
aptly named the left-hander.
And we got a good turnout here from everybody. So we got, obviously, Adam Wood. We got Blake Ziti, Brandon Bernhardt, Carl Henderson, Charles Urich, Derek Schilling, Ed Springer, Joe Dinsmore, Justin Anderson, Nick Adams, Randy Pepper showing in there. Is Randy racing?
Yeah, he's running it.
Oh, shoot. And then Tim St. Jean. So, I'm actually observing the race, watching the race. So I am not in the race. I'm actually watching it as these guys are taking this track, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be wild.
It's definitely going to be interesting. And, of course, OBS is being strange on me.
I am actually, while I do this, I'm going, because I'm opening my stuff up so I can control all my stuff myself. Pow, pow.
And yeah, SDK is not liking me today for some unbeknownst reason.
Maybe I should host it, man.
We can't switch because
Why? I'm just saying I should have. Yeah.
So it could just be screwing up because I joined as a racer rather than a watcher.
So yeah, and for anybody out there listening right now, just so that way you kind of get a understanding of what Josh is seeing, because you're seeing what he's seeing. Obviously, if you're on Spotify, you're not seeing anything. He can watch as far as the race and everything else goes. What he cannot do is he can't watch qualifying. When you join as a racer, you can't watch qualifying. You're kind of stuck as yourself.
So one of the biggest things that I can say about this is I actually did the setup myself. I was running low 40-second laps. And the one thing that we may not have told anyone that is joining this race, there's going to be a little bit of a wrench thrown into their day. I sent out to where everybody could practice because we just jumped straight into qualifying because it fits exactly what I was trying to do here. So the race setup and the qualify setup are actually completely different. What all the racers don't know is I've essentially created a little bit of a scenario for them to drive today. So any of the practice they did was with the proper setup that is actually quite amazing on this track. But I've got a little something for them for the race. So I'll explain it then in case anybody is actually listening to this while they're running their laps. But let's just say that the setup that they are going to be running for the 30 laps at Lime Rock is not the same as what they're running right now. And I will say there are a few little nefarious things going on that should make this real interesting, as we're actually kind of seeing some of the guys pushing a little hard and not exactly making the laps around.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Carl Henderson right now showing as your fastest racer. He is with the 42.28. Justin Anderson not far off with a 42.42. So we can see some exciting racing here.
And Larry had alluded to it earlier. This is going to be a test of adaptability. Essentially, what I have set up, and I'm not going to give the specifics until later because, we're going to be starting in 7 minutes and there's not going to be too much that they can adjust at this point, is I've essentially done the setup to where they've been involved in an incident. So there are a few things with the car that I could control just by setup values that make it to where the car is essentially acting like it's damaged. And they're going to have to run 30 laps trying to nurse the car home. So it's just a challenge set up for these guys because a lot of these guys are the tops of the leagues that we broadcast. And most of them have come across a situation like this once or twice in their lifetime. And unfortunately, it was something that I had to deal with last night in the TNT.
Well, and a lot of what we want to do here is, and I don't want to say we because I'm going to be completely candid about this. I had nothing to do with this.
No, this was 100% my brainchild.
And Josh, he put this whole race together. And the talks with everybody else within the Ghostfire Media group. Now, mind you, Josh, I want to make 100% clear, Josh had everything to do with this race. But when it came to hosting these style races, I think we're expecting monthly.
Yeah, we're going
Correct
to
me
be
if I'm
planning monthly, and we have a whole spreadsheet full of ideas. It's
Exactly.
strange race formats. It's cars actually on tracks that they aren't meant for. It's just going to be a lot of fun, and they're all meant to be short races.
It's to be that adaptability of just adapting to the racing and having fun. We don't want this to be serious. This isn't your league. Nothing of the sort. It's to have some fun and get a little bragging rights, right? And these are alum of the podcast. So another thing to realize.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing this, again, monthly. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's just meant to be a break from the serious competition that everybody keeps doing. It's meant to be something to challenge everyone. And again, it's just going to be interesting.
And I want to reiterate that word there, fun. Fun, right? Like this is what it's meant to be, is fun.
Yeah. And so I think with 4 minutes left, I think I'm going to go ahead and drop the bomb on everyone. So Larry, if you want to go ahead and join me down in the waiting room, let's go ahead and talk to everybody.
Let's do this, my friend.
Hey everyone, this is Josh and Larry joining you. How's everybody doing?
Up. Happy Friday night to everybody.
Hello.
So, I don't know how many of you guys are actually still have the podcast going live.
Nope.
We just explained to the viewers exactly what's going to be happening tonight. So, you guys can't think that this was all we had in store for you.
Yeah, we
Oh,
did.
God.
So,
Yeah, we did. No, wrong.
So, I've created a little bit of a scenario for you, and the open qualifying was planned. It made it to where you guys didn't have a chance to see the actual race setup. I've created a little bit of a scenario for you guys tonight. Essentially, what it is somebody gave you a little bit more than just the tip.
Was it last night at Watkins Glen?
So, essentially, your left rear tire is towed in. You are low on downforce in the rear.
No.
And you guys need to nurse it home for 30 laps.
God.
So,
That's awesome.
essentially, this is going to be a test for how you guys can fare with a damaged car and still take home the win.
Ooh.
Wow.
Crab walking for the win, buddy. Crab walking for the win.
Joe's gonna kick our asses.
Hey, that was Justin Anderson right there. You can't miss that voice anywhere.
So, we're going to have the pace
So, John,
lap.
just so you know, I both love you and hate you.
I was not going to make this easy on you guys. It's meant to be
My
fun.
microphone on?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we got you, brother.
All right, thank you. Good.
But
Is it broadcasting separate from the podcast, or do I need to go back into the podcast to watch
No,
it?
the
later?
Nope.
podcast is right now is still live. We're still
It's
recording.
in this room.
we're just in the
now.
room with you guys, so everybody's getting to
follows
hear your
Josh.
reactions.
Oh, yeah.
So, quite literally, no one in the group has seen this setup outside of myself. You
And
are
that's
going
to
to
include
be...
his teammates.
Yeah, no.
Understand that. His
Well,
teammates
one
did- he
teammate
did
knows,
not
but
share
he's
this
not
with
here tonight. He actually,
yeah.
Josh Hanner helped me to make
Hanner.
this. He gave me some ideas on how to make this more realistic. So
But as far as the two, Henderson and Oliver.
and Nick, come on,
Right.
you're part of CCR, man. How do you not know that
My
Nick's
bad.
your teammate?
My bad, Nick.
But again,
Babyface Nick.
Thanks for the entertainment.
so
Yeah.
good luck, gentlemen. We're going to be bringing
Oh,
you guys
man.
in
That should be fun.
randomly. But again, just know how it's holding is not going to be how it's holding in the race.
All right, so it's not going to drive like this.
Oh no.
What about qualifying, Josh?
The qualifying is the good setup. So
we're in qualifying, right?
Yes, this is the qualifying.
So you're qualifying right now. This is open
qual.
Shoot. So you guys are qualifying
I wanted
right
to
now.
throw this one
It's
in.
over now.
Hey, your top qualifiers are Justin Anderson, Derek Schilling, Blake Ziti, followed by Carl Henderson, Joe Dinsmore, Adam Wood, Chris Oliver, Brandon Bernhardt, Nick Adams, Charles Urich, Ed Springer, Tim St. Jean, Randy Pepper, and that'll do it.
Yeah, I'm last. Yay!
So,
hey guys,
good luck,
seriously,
gentlemen.
I'll be there
a lot of
too,
fun.
Randy.
Good luck.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, y'all.
Appreciate it.
We look forward to it. And
Yeah.
as Josh was stating, we're going to gradually pull you guys up. So just understand, you guys might be talking to each other, and then you just randomly get pulled up to talk to us. Should be fun.
Good
What
luck.
rating is this podcast?
Oh, just go nuts.
Yeah, I might get X-rated real quick.
Hey, if y'all
it
cuss
will.
a little bit, it'll be okay.
You know, the CCR boys like to cuss a lot, especially Nick Adams.
Yes, it does.
Hey.
Especially Chris Oliver because he has no hairline.
All right, gentlemen, we're jumping back to the booth.
Have a good one, y'all.
Setup is called fucked.
So yes, as we were leaving, Blake Ziti did notice the actual name of the setup, which may have an expletive in there. And yeah. So
Hey, this is going to be a lot of fun tonight, and this is a little something. Like I said, I have nothing a part of. What I mean, I have nothing a part of, man. I was not with the setup. Apparently, they thought I was racing. I had nothing to do with the setup. I had nothing to do with the style of race, nothing like that. And this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a blast.
So again, no one's actually hanging out with us and watching the broadcast. So I may not have fully explained everything that's about to happen. So we actually have one little wrench that is actually going to be thrown in on them.
All right, give it to me, man, because I don't even know. I want you real quick. I want everybody out there to realize I host the podcast and I'm a teammate of Josh and I don't even know what's going on.
I very much intentionally made this about as evil as I could be. I actually found a way that, and it's probably going to become more prevalent on the front straight here at Lime Rock. When they go to shift into fifth gear, it's just not going to work. They can only go up to fourth gear.
Yeah, so do we have to worry about cars overheating?
No. I was able to run the full 30 laps with this. And, yeah.
Oh, man.
They are only going to be able to run fourth gear.
And here we go. The cars are getting moving. We're having a full lap here at Lime Rock. As these guys will warm up these tires, they're going to go left and right. It's more fun than anything. You're not going to be able to actually warm up the tires within the sim.
So I do want to throw out we do have one person on YouTube. This isn't a normal setup for us in the podcast. This is something new we wanted to start. We're going to be doing it monthly. It's just a bit of a fun race to test the skill of all the drivers in the leagues. So this is something that's just meant to be fun.
Well, and it's funny. The mailbox. This doesn't look like a podcast to me. Yeah, you're absolutely, man. So, like I said, Josh just said, this is to have fun. Bring the leagues together is what we're doing right now. Because these guys don't race with each other. There's guys that don't run with each other here. Charles Urich, he doesn't run with Justin Anderson. These guys. So we're going to get a little bit of flavor of that. It's a little something we're going to see about adaptability.
As we already have an accident in the back with Chris Oliver.
So this is going to be a good time here tonight. We look forward to this.
So I'm going to move to the blimp here just because I think this is probably going to be our best one. And I did add a fast repair because I figured no fast repairs is a little too evil.
Now, mind you, you're still going to get to hear from me. You're going to still get to hear from Josh and everything like that.
As Justin gets a great jump out here, and we're seeing Carl just go on the outside and give up the position to Blake Ziti. And again, the big thing that they're going to have to watch here is as Carl gets around.
Oh, big wreck back there.
First one to fall victim. And yeah, like I said, this is kind of mean, but fun at the same time for me. And they haven't even hit the part that's going to really throw him for a loop. Oh, he got a little more than the tip there too. And we have a flipper right there.
Hey, I gotta know, first off, the mailbox out there commenting on YouTube, man, I gotta know, man, who are you? I love it. I love your appetite for destruction here. Should be a good time. As the 73 goes off, your leader goes off. Just this one tonight. We are just doing this one. This is the fun race for the podcast.
I'm about to pull up Joe Dinsmore after he gets through here and realizes what just happened. So Joe's coming
and this
in.
Should be an absolute blast. As you're seeing, this is just
Joe,
wild. Joe!
How was that front stretch?
Where was fifth gear?
It's gone, my friend.
Yeah. I went to shift. I was like, my fifth gear's gone. Everybody's pissed on themselves. I thought it was because I got hit on the paint slap.
Nope.
Everybody else doesn't have fifth gear.
Nope. Everyone is missing fifth gear. That was something that I discovered when I was playing with this, that if you overgear something to where it's too big of a jump, it's just gone.
Oh my gosh.
and
it is a handful to drive, I'll tell you.
Hey, this is already fun, man. We've seen our number one qualifier, Justin Anderson, go off track, man. You've already grabbed the lead. How does it feel driving a car that's just completely destroyed right now?
Grab walking, buddy. Grab walking.
Carl, when I told him, I told the GFM crew essentially what I was doing, not necessarily that I was planning on. I didn't tell them what to expect, so they couldn't prepare. They knew that I was doing.
We
this
had no
scenario.
idea.
This scenario that something was.
Oh, there's the 95 spin.
This is fun.
So let's go ahead and let him focus.
Yeah, sorry.
Have a good one, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
And this is what we're getting here. We are just seeing cars everywhere. The mailbox, Jackson Knack. I hope I pronounced that right, brother. If you're a fan of iRacing, man, we love it. Get with us. We would love to have you.
Let's get fuel. One of these. He's in fuel.
Okay, he's in fuel. So. As we're seeing these guys play, I think Fuel actually had an invite. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I was gonna let them get the next one.
Okay, fair enough. Hey man, we hope to see you at the next one then. So just an absolute blast right now. Hey, first off, your leader is Joe Dinsmore, followed by Ed Springer, Blake Ziti running third, and in fourth, Tim St. Jean, Chris Oliver in fifth, Derek Schilling running sixth, seventh, Carl Henderson in eighth, Charles Urich in ninth, Nick Adams in 10th, Justin Anderson right now not showing on track. He's in the pits.
Yeah,
and then
SDK does not like me today.
Adam Wood is in 11th, and then in 12th, Randy Pepper.
Let me do this. I actually
13th, Brandon Bernhardt.
Yeah,
this is just wild, man. This is absolutely wild.
So, and here's the big thing for me is I had so much fun putting this together because, yeah, I'm kind of mean, but this is meant to be a test to where we're seeing Ed Springer, who is one of those people that I know is amazing at adapting quickly.
And we're seeing that right now. He's actually just fell back. One spot here, Blake Ziti overtakes him, but it's slow and methodical, right? So, and that's what we're seeing. Jackson, again, just reading your comments, man. Yeah, we're going to comment on this as if it's a legitimate race. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. This to us is a legit race. This is something we set up to have a lot of fun with. Speaking of that, Adam Wood just joined the broadcast booth.
Yeah, I'm out of it. I got a meatball flag.
You've used both fast repairs, or the
the first lap. The first lap was a crapshoot off of turn 1, and then I got bad damage. I couldn't make any left-hand turns whatsoever. So then, coming off the hill, there was like 14 people spun out in front of me, and I couldn't miss anybody because it's a blind uphill. And I cleared my meatball flag, and I was able to do that. But then I hopped on pit road and see if I could repair any of the damage, and then said, "Nope, you're done. Have a great night."
Yeah. So I
Hey, brother,
this was going to turn into a race of attrition.
We do have a Discord. Sorry, real quick. We do have a Discord. This is our solo Discord for our podcast and stuff like that. So when you guys are starting to come in for the podcast, we'll send you guys invites. By the way, Adam, since you just joined us, this is Jackson. I'm gonna call him Knack. He said it was close enough. And he's raced with fuel, commenting out there from YouTube.
Yeah, he's he was in the chat on Sunday as well, and I said that unfortunately Carl and I are going to be running with him. And as we have a spin, and I'm trying to get SDK working correctly.
Well, and right now we got a new leader. Blake Ziti takes over Joe Dinsmore. And in third, we have Ed Springer. Fourth, we have Tim St. Jean. And in fifth, Chris Oliver. So this is an absolute blast right now. These guys are really struggling with the setup you got there going on.
So I kind of figured that it was going to be about 5 laps, which is about where we're at. Well, we're actually probably
Joe Spin's going up the hill right there.
And that was why I wanted everybody to take the time, run a few laps, because going up the hill, that is... Oh no, he lost it going into the turn before it. But this course, and I have real life experience here, it's brutal. The second half of the lap, the apex curbs are huge. Like, they stick a good 3 inches off the ground. So if you touch them, you're going around. And then there's the hill coming off of one of the turns that I did skip Barber here. And when we were doing that turn at full speed, it was training for high-speed turns. And basically they told us, lift. And only about half actually did that, and I wish I could say I was one of them.
Real quick, sorry guys, didn't mean to interrupt you guys. I just want to throw a little love out there. First off, Josh, man, thanks for throwing this together, man. It's an absolute blast.
And we're starting to see Randy Pepper just passed Nick Adams, who's in the pits, and Blake is just at this point. Oh, I don't know why SDK isn't working for me, but he's
about 7 seconds lead
on Ed Springer, and he has 5 seconds on Joe Dinsmore.
Well, speaking of Nick just popped in the room. So do I hear somebody crying or laughing?
I'm laughing. This is a nightmare.
As we get to see Joe Dinsmore go ahead and spin around. And
just took Carl out.
And you took Carl out?
I took Chris out before the race, and I took Carl out now.
Now, was that intentional?
No! We were going, and then all of a sudden, Chris stopped in front of me. And he goes, somebody stopped in front of me. And I was like, oh, I don't know what happened there.
Hey, so I just want to throw a little love out there. Hey, you're absolutely right. That was a little bit of a creepy laugh. Hey, I want to throw a little bit of love out there. Again, if you guys want to get your Ghostfire Media merch, look for a link on our Facebook page. Josh, when are we going live for that website? Do we have a timeline on that?
When I can find time.
Okay, I mean that's fair.
I'm gonna fight on Sunday to at least get it started.
Okay. So right now, just hit up our Facebook page, man. Find our links. We'll make sure they're reposted. Get your merch. Nick's got discount codes, everything like that, to make sure that you guys get a nice little discount for them.
Tonight only, it's 5% off using the discount code podcast.
And that's for shirts, cups, everything like that.
Everything on the website. It
Exactly.
expires at midnight tonight, so take advantage of it while it's there.
And if you guys want a hat, hit up Dan Zonica, man. The hats are amazing. We got these hats. Make sure you catch them. That is phenomenal hat company, man. Get with them. Get yourself a hat. They're in at a great price, man. Running about $20. All right, that's shipped. $20 shipped. And then if you guys want to get you a variety pack of Rays, man, get you a variety pack. What's that code for that one there, Nick?
That's GFM. I'm gonna change it to Crash Joe Dinsmore.
All right, so right now it's
That's what we're
GFM.
seeing a lot of going on here.
He's going in the pits right now.
I just flew.
So there you go, GFM, man. Get you your merch. Get you your Rays energy drinks, man. Had one tonight. It was the Phantom Freeze. I actually got the variety pack, variety 1. Got the Phantom Freeze. Freaking delicious, man. Zero sugar. It's got your no crash electrolytes, BCA aminos, man. Get it. They're amazing. All right. Anybody else got a little shout out?
No, other than I'm seeing people running around with absolutely no rear wing at this point.
And this is absolutely a freaking nightmare to drive.
And that's what I was going for. In all honesty.
So the left-hand corners were awesome. The right-hand corners, not so awesome. Was this course full up? Was right-hand corners.
All right.
Now,
I finally have it back up and running.
So wait, Nick, are you completely done?
Now I am.
So we only have 3 people currently on the lead lap. We have Blake Ziti, Timothy St. Jean, and Ed Springer.
As a matter of fact, since we're doing random pull-ups, I'm going to pull up Ed.
Let's do it.
Yo, Ed, man, how's this race running for you?
Good until just then.
Commentator's curse.
What happened to Ed?
No, I mean, he's great right now.
hill.
You can say commentator's curse, man.
You scared him, man.
So,
That's kind of the purpose. Hey, man, this has been an absolute blast watching you guys. And honestly, this is the best I've seen you run. Is this just a thing for you, man? You can run with a bum car?
I told Joe, when you're used to running in the back with messed up shit, this is nothing.
So
I love these
if
cars.
I'm being completely honest, there were a few people that I figured were just going to excel at this race, and you were on that list for me because it's the experience.
And I love these cars. The only win I've got since I came back to racing is in these cars.
Hey, man, it's awesome just to see you up front. Out of all people, man, it's fantastic to see you up there running up front right now, brother.
So I want to watch Justin Anderson, one of the guys that absolutely is dominating the AOL Cup Series, losing it on the hill despite the fact that I may have told him to watch for the hill after he asked me, did I intentionally choose this track because of that?
And I really appreciate not having a 5th gear and it goes straight to neutral.
So that was my.
If anybody doesn't know what's happening, well, if anybody doesn't know, when we go in 4th gear, if you watch these people, we can hit 6th gear going down the front straightaway in practice or / qualifying. But here, when you go from 4th to 5th, there is no 5th. It is a neutral. There is no 5th gear.
That was a happy accident that I discovered in the process of testing this setup. And,
it's awesome.
And honestly, it just adds to the realism of getting tapped in the rear with these cars.
So I'm just curious on your end, Ed. Is this fun? Or are you just dreading that you joined?
Oh, it's fun as crap.
He's trying to chase down Tim right now.
Well, and I'm actually watching that on my screen. So at the end of the day, man, hey, good luck to you, dude. It's awesome to see you out front. I'm gonna let you get back out there, concentrate, so that way you can get after him.
Let's pull up Tim.
So
yeah, screw with Tim.
I'm gonna pull him up right now. Have a good one,
after Ed gets past him.
So I'm not
pull
saying
up Blake.
There might be a bounty on Blake Ziti. I might have just put a bounty on Blake Ziti so Tim could win.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna pull up Tim and we're gonna talk to Tim real quick.
Oh, the front of Blake Ziti's car is all messed up. It's all crumpled in.
Yeah, when Randy Pepper gets near him, we have to watch that very closely because Randy said he's going to take care of it for me.
That is destroyed right now.
All right, I'm bringing in Tim right now. Hey, Tim, man, it's Larry, Adam, Nick, and Josh up in the, booth, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, guys. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. I mean, I gotta be doing better.
Don't take me out on Thursday.
The commentator's curse. The commentator's curse.
You've got third all over your tail right now, man. How much fun are you having in this race?
Having a freaking blast.
Please don't wreck me on Thursday.
Inside. Tim, you got one inside.
Yeah, but he also doesn't have an extra gear.
You got one clear. You're all clear.
Yeah, I think Tim gave that one up.
I mean, I probably would if we're trying to talk to him at this point in time.
Now he's gonna go up there and give him the tip.
Okay, Tim, you heard I put the bounty on Blake Ziti for you, so.
Yeah, I heard. Thank you.
I want to point out there, man. It's kind of like we were just talking. Like literally, we just had Ed up here. It is just awesome to watch you guys, and we're seeing outside of Blake, the veterans really prospering in this style race of the unknown, right? Like, I mean, you guys thought this was going to be a 100% car, and then you found that it wasn't, and you guys are flourishing.
Yeah, I'm having a blast in these cars. I kind of like them.
I kind of want to run them all the time because the original setup I had, I was running 40-second laps, and you could put these into positions that you definitely can't in the Cup cars. There's no way. And these are just an absolute blast because you can abuse them and screw up a little bit as long as the setup's right.
Josh, can you not mention Cup cars and Lime Rock in the same sentence? Because if you do, we're going to end up here in the ARCA cars next year because Blake's going to get a great idea.
I'm fine with that because, again, I've run this in real life. So, I mean, yeah, I'm good with it.
All right, so right now I'm trying to go through everybody's fastest lap times, and it looks like, you know, Joe Dinsmore ran like a 44.618. Blake was a 45 something. Ed's at a 45.
Probably a 48.
Tim's at a 47 flat. So I mean, compared to our qualifying time,
everybody.
Compared to everybody's qualifying laps, you know, we were like low 40s there. We were from 40 to 43, 44. So, you know, we're dramatically lost a lot of speed here. I think it's mainly for the front straightaway, but then we got to be cautious throughout the rest of the course.
All right, Tim, you're in third. You need to chase down Ed. We're going to put you back so you can focus.
All right, thank you, guys. Enjoy your broadcasting.
Well, there's not really much focusing going on down there. It's a hell of a time down there in that chat. Everybody's having a good time.
Why don't we, as a group, go ahead and pop down there for 2 laps, and then
you want to do that because I got some people I want to talk to.
All right, let's
ready?
go ahead and down there.
I'll give you an upgrade on what you just bought.
Who's running second now?
Not you.
That would be Ed.
Ed. Oh yeah, it's Ed now.
Briefly, till Randy almost
so
takes
Ed,
me out again.
Get your PayPal working.
Hey, so I gotta know, man. First off, it's been a blast watching you guys.
You're in the booth, FYI.
Yeah, we're
Man, what's going on, guys? How are you doing?
Everybody, we jumped out the
Like, just so you know, there is a bounty on your head right now, apparently.
I'm hearing this over the radio, and I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it.
Hey,
Josh, there's a bounty on your head for coming up with this too. So
I gotta know. Well, and the guy that just talked, Justin, man, brother, you are running extremely strong. What happened to you there?
I suck. You guys have been broadcasting AOLL for weeks and weeks. How well do I do in pressure situations? Choke, choke, choke.
Well, you're not Blake Gordon, that's for sure.
Correct.
Wow.
Just so you guys know, the whole fifth gear thing, that was a happy accident.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Huh?
Well, I'll tell you. I
rough.
can give me a couple more laps. I'll have Blake.
I got meatballed earlier and I was able to clear the flag, but I can't go in the pits and I've got a lot of damage.
Yeah, don't do that. I found
Let's
that
go
out
ahead
the
and
wrong
look
way.
at Carl here. Your car looks fine.
Oh, it does not drive well.
Oh, your front end's a little. Oh God, your rear wing is at about a 15-degree angle right now.
Hey, I want to tell you guys right now, though, looking at these lap times and who just called that shot, Joe just said, hey, give me a few laps, I'm going to be there. This man running a 45.51, but his best is a 44.58. That's fastest on the track right now. Or no, excuse me, we got a 43, that's Justin, but I don't know how many laps Justin's down.
At least 3, 4.
Oh no! Oh, that's gonna do me in.
Oh, let's watch
Carl.
Carl's dead.
He's on his head. He is on his head.
You are on your head, sir, and we are just watching you sit there.
Yeah.
Carl, welcome to the booth.
Well, I'm gonna see if it'll.
All right, guys, we're gonna go
I
ahead back
probably
up and
won't,
call the end of this, but I just kind of wanted to come in and laugh maniacally at you guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Hey, coming.
Sick bastard.
All right. As I'm leaving, Ed says, you sick bastard.
Ed's got something for Blake Ziti, but he's going to run out.
Yeah, we only have 2 laps to go. Blake Ziti has an 11-second lead, but Ed is closing that down. But there's not going to be enough time as long as he keeps it together.
All right, somebody take Blake out. Come on, $20 if you take him out.
Nick, your car doesn't look too bad. Mine looks.
I can't. I have a meatball, and it says too much damage.
Oh.
My left front is in my face when I go into the cockpit.
Look at the front left tire of mine.
Oh, as Justin Anderson just spins right in front of our leader, Ned. I'm not going to say that was calculated, but I did. Again, I warned him about the hill. You gotta.
What front left tire?
You gotta watch that. That hill is brutal, especially like in these cars. It's, as Chris Oliver spins again, but we are gonna go live, and we have Blake Ziti on his final lap.
Come on, I'll make it 30.
I don't think anyone is really gonna be able to catch him.
There's somebody in front of him. There's someone in front of him.
Now the question is, are they in a place that he's going to actually catch him?
I think the person in front of him is Randy, which is a yes.
Well, let's take a look. Randy Pepper has already crossed the line, so he's not going to be able to do it. And Blake Ziti takes the checkered flag.
This shit. Who's seen that coming tonight?
Honestly, he's a cautious racer, and he's good. He just has a tendency to end up in trouble.
Yeah. And he was a late addition to it too. He messaged me right before the podcast, or while we were in the podcast. Was like, "Hey man, what's the details for this race?"
Now you make me want to go run more road race.
In road racing cars, yes, not in stock cars.
We were talking about that last night. I kind of want to do the 24 hours to Daytona next year with CCR.
All right, so
Yeah,
let's
it's
go ahead.
good for 4.
Let's go ahead. I'm gonna turn video back on here for me. I'm gonna go back to that. But let's run through the. Could you guys run through the results?
Oh yeah, I got you, man. You want to go down the list? All right, so in first we got Blake Ziti, second Ed Springer, third Joe Dinsmore, and fourth Tim St. Jean, fifth Brandon Bernhardt, sixth Chris Oliver, and seventh Justin Anderson, eighth Carl Henderson, ninth Randy Pepper, and 10th Charles Urick, and on 11th Derek Schilling, and 12th Nick Adams, 13th Adam Wood, and rounding out 14th would be Josh Lassen, but he didn't actually race.
No, I did not. So let's bring the GFM guys and our top 3 all up at the same time. And let's go ahead.
Pulling Randy up now.
What?
Chris Oliver's coming up now. You said you want to bring up top 3?
Yeah, let's bring up Blake, who's burning the tires down.
Blake Ziti.
What's up, guys?
Ed Springer. And Joe Dinsmore. Look at that.
What's up?
We got a full freaking room at this point.
We do.
Hell yeah. Man, I'll tell you.
Like how
just delivered the berries to me.
I heard Larry. Who said Larry?
That was challenging.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Wow.
That made me work.
What were you drinking when you made the setup?
I was 100% sober.
Hey, where's the cameras at, gentlemen?
What's that?
I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 6 that should have cameras on.
They weren't expecting this, so I mean, I love the fact that Carl already rage quit.
Sounds like an excuse. Yo, he did too, though, didn't he? He did too. There's Randy. Look at that wheel.
Ooh. I love the name of the setup, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be honest, the whole 5th gear thing, the original idea that was kicked around the group was make it to where it was only 2 gears.
No.
And honestly, Lime Rock, it really lends itself to being only 2 gears. And so I was going to make it to where the 3rd gear was so high that you had no reason to go into it. And the first time I ran it, I realized it popped into neutral, and I was just like, oh, this is going to be fun.
I wish I couldn't have gone to 6. That was the only problem. I wish 6 wasn't even there.
Yeah, so I was actually getting it into 5th somehow too, but it was just bogged out.
Yeah, if you drop the RPMs enough, I noticed it will pop into 5th gear, but it was useless.
Oh man, a few times I came down that last straightaway and forgot about it and hit the red line.
Yeah, so the entire point behind this was to see your guys' adaptability, and honestly, definitely saw it.
Josh, you're my least favorite person in GFM.
I knew a lot of people were going to be cursing my name after this one. I had no doubts.
Actually, I had fun.
You, your children, your children's children.
Yeah, it made it interesting. It was actually a lot of fun.
Your
I'm gonna
baby
put a
daddy's
hex
children.
on you. I'm gonna put a hex on you, like an old witch's hex.
It's over here being hocus pocus and stuff.
So I will just let everybody know, I am not responsible for the next one.
Yes, that's Carl's brainchild is on the next one.
Boy, I'll take the one after that. I'll make it fun.
And it's something he's been talking about doing for a long time. And honestly, it's really going to excite me, but I'm just happy. What is going on right now? Oh, it's because I still have iRacing open. That would explain things. But no, this again, I'm very much looking forward to it, and I still don't know why my video is chopping around. But all right, there's only so much I can do. So I do have to say, Blake, you're the exception. We definitely got to see the veterans who have been doing this for quite a while. Ed, Joe, it's almost like this was something you guys have experienced once or twice.
Yep. I just got a little too hasty, and it cost me quite a bit of time. But
I
yeah.
also might have driven over your left front wheel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it drove totally different once I got the fast repair.
And Chris, you're silent. You seem to be the one that may have caused the initial issue on the.
Oh no, let's go back to the replay. I'm pretty sure somebody brake checked me, and my car drove better after I got hit by Nick. And I just want to point out, Nick, you got the most instant points to race again. So,
Yeah, I know I was
good.
going to. I spun out 900 times.
But the car drove better. Once I got the fast repair, I should have never done that, because once I got the fast repair, I could not hold it. It was ridiculous. And I cussed your name, and payback is coming. As in the words of Reese Bobby, you got payback coming. So
Where are we this
car will
week
get you
coming
back
up?
somewhere.
Bristol.
Oh, good.
Plenty of opportunity there.
Oh
Bump and run, even if you're in 15th. Bump and run.
Currently, Josh, going into next week, we might be teammates, but you're not my teammate right now.
I mean, is there really teammates in racing?
Yes.
Yes, there is. Yeah. I race my teammates.
You would know if you showed up.
Different.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Larry, you would
They're
realize
teammates
this.
in racing.
I race my teammates completely different than I race anybody else on the track. I give Josh.
I don't
and
know,
Kyle
man.
and
You don't even stay on the track enough to race your teammates.
Hey, Larry, when was the last time you actually, finished in the top 10? Besides that third place finish?
Once.
I'll see you this weekend, buddy.
Yeah.
I bet I beat Joe Dinsmore.
Oh, that you may have found out in your head on Sunday.
I got $40 says you don't.
I got $40 says you don't lap. You don't finish the same lap.
Have you seen my lap time? I'll pay to see if you're 3 seconds near my lap time. I'll pay you.
You okay? All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
On Sunday.
No, tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Which tomorrow?
Which tomorrow? Tomorrow's
Saturday.
I got $40 says you don't. He's 17 beers deep. He doesn't know what day he's on.
Oh, okay. Next day, Pat.
No.
Day,
I'm
Larry.
saying I'm going to be practicing again tomorrow. I'm putting in practice again tomorrow.
All right.
I'm doing solo practice, man.
Larry's gonna practice and try so hard that he's actually gonna get slower because he's trying too hard.
I got a 16.7, so try to get near that.
A 16.7.
Triple eights.
Well, that's what I put in practice. Yeah.
That's fast. I would like to see you and Kazi go up. You know what I would like to do? I'm gonna get Kazi in touch with you. He'll get you another second there. You just blow the rest of the field out of the water on Sunday.
I think the difference.
Ed Springer's still winning the race on Sunday, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
If we drive this car, maybe.
I tell you, so I took out the IRO1 car out onto Coda, and I spun it the first 2 times on my lap out, and still was 4 seconds faster than what I was in the Cup car. And then the next lap, still trying to get used to it, dropped a 151 down. So yeah, Cup cars suck there.
You should buy the McLaren. Try the McLaren around here. Oh my God, a Formula One car around Coda is fast. You get down to like the 140s, 130s. It's fun.
Oof. Anybody try the new next gen car on Coda yet?
I'm actually doing one of the races now.
I think Adam, you did, didn't you?
I'm gonna try it.
I haven't.
Okay, I thought you did. I don't know, man. I hear a lot of good things about that next gen car.
It actually knows how to turn right.
Yeah, well, it's because it's symmetrical. It's not asymmetrical like the current car. So
And it's,
you have
independent rear
everything leans
suspension.
left.
So so the chassis actually, you know, is
Leans
designed.
left.
Yeah,
Like you can look at it and everything is literally left.
as it should be. You drive ovals.
Right. Well, I mean, because what did NASCAR always run?
Mm-hmm.
Left. They go left a lot. Don't go right very much. They go left a lot.
Now these,
Brandon,
now
I
these
just
new
like
cars,
it to be known, you did not finish in last.
I know. I that was my big accomplishment.
Adam Wood.
Heck
finished
yeah.
last.
I got a
He
big
was the
meatball
first one
flag
to come
because
up to the booth, despite the
I got a
fact
big-
I originally had it set up for no fast repairs, and I thought that may be a little too evil.
if I didn't come across like 4 people stopped in the middle of the road at the top of the hill, I would have been fine, and I wouldn't have hit anybody.
I just want to let y'all know that I was the fastest guy on the first response racing team tonight. I finished in front of Adam Wood.
That's a great honor.
That's right. Yeah. I'd like to thank the Lord for this great race I had tonight. And I'll see y'all next week. And where the hell are we racing?
No, but, hey, seriously, this was just it was a fun race, man, and I didn't know how it would be received, right? I mean, we as racers, we want that known. It was a complete unknown. Josh fucking, excuse my language, but he did something that was dumb. I mean, for lack of better terms, it was dumb, right? Like, he gave you a bum car, said run 30 laps and figure out how fast you can go. But before I do that, I'm going to let you, practice and qualify with the full car.
I wanted to.
Then I'm going to break it to you.
This was my evil scientist moment.
This was a lot of fun.
And I think what we got out of this, and I want to let you guys as the drivers speak on this. But what we got out of this was nobody took it serious. It was what it was. It was supposed to be a fun race, and everybody took it as a fun race.
Yep. That's what we did.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man.
I'm sweating like it wasn't one. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking. I'm like, I took it pretty serious. I'm out there trying to get the win, but no, we were all having a good time. It was fun. Couple spin outs, guys all over the track. It was it was a yard sale out there at times. It was funny.
I mean, first lap, 7 cars were out of sorts.
Yeah,
that's why I gave you guys plenty of warning.
Well, and I think, we've seen people that aren't. I don't want to say you guys aren't typically fair. Blake Ziti could win any weekend. I think I wholeheartedly honest believe that Ed in the right track, he could be a winner. And Joe's you're top 5 about every freaking weekend. Like we've seen about the same guys run where we expect you guys to run, but when you put the names of Justin Anderson, you put Charles Urich, you put all these guys from these different series together. I mean, to tell you the truth, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I was really expecting Derek to take off.
Yeah, I honestly, the IVRL guys, and I'm sorry that you guys don't know me as well as some of these other guys, but I can have my evil moments. But the entire intention was, when we set this up, was honestly to see who
you set it up.
Well, yeah, I set this up, but you guys agreed to let me do it. It was just to see. One of the biggest things in racing is adaptability. You don't know what the track temperature is going to be like. You don't know if you're going to have a turn 1 incident. And you still have to go. You have to keep going. Oh, Tim found his way in here.
Well, Tim was sitting in the waiting room. I was like, I'm pulling my man in.
Oh, God. I can't see that because I'm sharing a screen.
Still there?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I was pulling my guy in. I mean, I seen him sitting there. I was like, well, I got to know, man. From everybody around the horn that raced it, because obviously I didn't. How was it? I want to know, how was it? The challenges that you expected and the challenges that you actually seen. So starting with Adam, going to Randy, hitting Blake, Ed, Joe. Nick's not there, so I'm going to assume that he's still not going to be there. So,
He's here. He's just racing, and he doesn't want us to make fun of him.
Okay, then excuse me. So then Nick, and then let's go Tim.
All right, I only got a few laps in, but I mean, the car really pulled. It loved the left-hand turns, hated the right-hand turns, and it was a blast to drive. Just wish I could have got a few more laps. It's just shocking when you pop over the top of the hill and see somebody horizontal on the road ahead of you. So it ruined my second night. But I showed Joe how Dre works and cleared my meatball flag there, and he appreciated that.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, on to Mr. Pepper.
Believe it or not, I didn't have a real problem with this setup because I suck so bad at road course. So I don't know what a good car drives like anyway. So it felt fine to me. Other than the top of the hill, there's a little dip up there. It seemed like every time I hit that dip, the back end wanted to come around. That was my main problem, was there, and then coming down after that little short shoot there into that turn. Seemed to get me a couple times too, but
so I'll throw out a quick little story that I did do on the broadcast. So I did skip Barber there, so I have real experience on that track. We were going over high-speed turns, and it was that exact sequence. We were told, "Do not you pull off the throttle when you get to the crest of the hill." Only about half of the group did, and I wish I could say I was one of them.
So you spun?
I did.
Yeah, I learned it after a couple times. Figured I can't go on my throttle there at all. So yeah, it was fun. I actually enjoyed it. I mean, I like anything. There's no points involved. It's just having some fun. So it's no pressure.
Well, we got to keep you over past bedtime for this, so just want to make sure you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Sorry, Blake. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So at first in practice, we had the regular setup, and I kind of felt like that was an advantage, if anything, because I knew how fast the car can go, at least get into the corner. And then, Josh came in and hit us with the news, and I was expecting it to be worse at first. I really didn't think it was that bad. I knew if I backed it down, like maybe, to 80%, that car could handle as long as they stay on the gas, but I realized real soon that a right-hand turn, if you came onto those bumpers at all, kind of lifted the car up, and once that thing, starts to spin around, there's no saving it. So I realized that on the right-hand turns, maybe don't come in as hot, and I don't know, it was working for a while, and then the uphill got me. I don't know, I think like a little past halfway, it got me once and smashed the wall. And I'm pretty sure after I smashed the wall, the car might have drove even better.
He fixed the car for you, man.
I'm like, now it's good. Yeah, now it turns right.
All right,
it was a lot of fun, man.
Oh man, I was starting in the back, so I just backed off and wanted to see what was going to happen in turn one. Missed that. Turn two, or that first hard left-hander.
Which
5
is aptly named the left-hander.
Yeah, five cars piled up in that, and I came along and missed that, and then going down that little back chute to the hill, hit fifth gear for the first time, and went, crap, what is this? So I just popped it into sixth, and just took six over the hill, and the rest of the way through the course, and I found I could keep more speed that way, and it was very controllable. So I just kept rolling like that.
Yeah, I kept getting, when I get into the fifth and then shift to sixth, I keep getting neutral instead of sixth, so I kept going back down to fourth.
That's what's up. All right, let's Joe.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to repeat everything everybody else said. It was a lot of fun. I definitely got bit by that uphill holding the throttle. And I don't know, it was a great challenge. It was a lot of fun. Definitely at the end, I felt like I learned the setup well enough. It just ran out of time. If Randy didn't ruin my night.
What did I do? I got in your way?
Huh? I just had to pass you.
Oh, you had.
That's,
I know.
that's bad enough.
Yeah, I know. That was bad enough. I'm sorry.
I have to go with Blake though. When I hit the wall when I was just running around after the checkered flag, I thought it drove better. But all in all, it was a good fun race. It was a nice way to do it with the qualifying setup that felt good, and then you got this thing that we ended up having to learn how to drive.
That's why there was no practice before, because otherwise guys would have been running my effed setup.
Yep. Good call on that. But thanks for the invite. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. I really, if you end up doing it again and I'm available, I'll definitely be there.
Well, we're definitely gonna keep doing this, man. I think we're looking at about once a month. So we're definitely gonna keep doing this. I think we enjoy this. No, I take that back. Josh enjoys messing with you guys.
Than I should have.
So let's continue on this little streak we got going on, man. So Nick,
there was nothing I enjoyed about this. It was just, every single second of it for me that I was out in the track was absolutely.
That's because you're a shitty driver.
There's plenty of grass to mow.
Larry, quit sugarcoating it. Come on.
Just remember,
I'm not
go fuck
surviving
yourself.
Thursday.
I'm just kidding, man.
Is he though?
Anyway, Tim, last thoughts and wrap us up. Did we lose Tim?
No, I'm here. I really enjoyed the track. Lime Rock is an excellent track for the D12 on there. The only problem is cresting that hill. I found that I had to go at half throttle when I peaked it, and then the car wouldn't shoot out on me. And I learned that in qualifying. So during the race, I knew what I had to do to just keep the car on the road.
Hey, fourth is respectable, and especially considering you brought the car home.
Yep, I brought it home. It was tough, but I did it. But I really enjoyed the race, so it was fantastic. I hope we do this again.
It'll be way different the next time. But we're doing a lot of, like Larry said, monthly. We're definitely going to be throwing these up there just to keep people on their toes.
Awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate it, guys. Thanks for putting the race on, man.
Well, now, and I want everybody to realize one thing, man. First off, as much as you guys may appreciate that, we appreciate you guys. And then this is the reason why we do it, right? Without the leagues, without the drivers, there is no us. We don't have anybody to call. We don't have anybody to sit out there and talk about. You guys make our content, and we appreciate you guys. So we hope you guys enjoyed this little fun race, and I enjoyed the psychoticness of Josh, because at the end of the day, like, is his brainchild.
He's a freaking psychopath.
Yeah, he's a sick fuck, this guy.
But I mean, we pretty much, especially everybody in this room, I think we all know each other to a bit of an extent. Some more than others, and we just it's growing that mutual respect and growing as a group together. Because like I said, I mean, when it comes to GFM, it started with Adam and I. You know, Adam calling TNT races. He hit me up, and I started calling cup races. And then next thing you know, it's like, hey, let's pull this, let's do this. And then next thing you know, Adam's got 90 million friggin' ideas, and it just grows into what we're at now.
How many beers did you have?
Say again.
How many beers have you had? Do you have a beer counter? You need to have a beer counter.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
Oh, about the
We can
feed.
set up a bot.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bot. I think that's just something we're gonna do.
Counter on OBS.
Yeah. Come on,
Definitely.
brother.
That would be awesome.
I'm building a tower over here.
That's it.
We're almost at Larry O'Patrick level.
Nah, man. Nah. But
Just so everyone knows, the joke with that is last week after the podcast, we were trying to set up a quick fundraise with the CCR guys, and Larry sounded like an Irish dock worker.
Gosh.
I mean, you'll get that if I get too drunk. I mean, come on, man. What do you expect of the last name Patrick? Bloody
That's why it's
fucking hell,
become
man.
O'Patrick.
But I just wanted everybody to understand we don't succeed without the content we can get, right? So
Yeah.
That's,
I appreciate anybody that watches us race that doesn't race with us.
Yeah, for real. Without that,
Yeah.
it's really nothing.
You know, it's quite amazing how many folks that I actually see commenting that aren't even, part of the league, or they're just listening in and watching the races, and they're commenting on drivers on the feed, which is, kudos to them for coming out to watch us do our fun little hobby that we do every week.
Yeah,
That's cool, man. You guys are doing a great job with the broadcast. I know I said that last time. When I'm watching it, I feel like I've showed my friends. They're like, "Is that real, like TV?" I'm like, "No, these guys are broadcasting a game." But you guys do a great job. The sound's great, the graphics, everything, man. Just keep on doing it, man.
First off, I appreciate that. Blake, where do you live at, man?
I'm out of New York, Long Island.
Oh, you weren't here the night we
No,
did.
no.
Yeah, you were off.
This was your motocross friend right here.
Oh yeah, bro. Hey, I'm gonna come destroy you in motocross, man.
You can't tell by the
man.
accent.
No,
You're gonna
I
have to
can't.
catch me first, buddy.
Gosh.
No.
Well, dude, count you, bro. What are you talking about? You live in Knock, man. All right,
I mean,
you in Knock.
is your picture?
You have nothing for us Ohio riders, all right? We at least get 2-3 months more than you in the season.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. Come out here; it's all fun. If you want to race a ride, or it's the same thing in car racing. You guys get together; it's community. It's all about the stories you guys make and the fun you have.
It's
You
always
guys are-
been, right?
you guys are lightweights. Let me tell you, I live in Daytona Beach. It's nothing but bikes everywhere. So you guys are lightweights.
Because you guys can ride 20 the entire year.
Hold on. All right, now, Randy opened up a can of peppers. Okay, Randy, tell me the last freaking dude from Daytona, Florida, that's finished even decent in any Supercross, and then I'll give you respect. You can't.
Well,
you can't. But I can tell you, my boy from Ohio just finished freaking third in the Daytona Supercross.
The problem is this.
Oh, you talking about McAdoo?
McAdoo. No, first off, McAdoo's a freaking animal.
You got
McAdoo's a bad dude.
Honestly,
Plessinger.
Oh yeah, no.
Are we
Plessinger,
still
he's
live?
the man.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
we're still live.
Still live.
Oh, okay.
He's the man.
No one
That's an Ohio feller.
comes from Daytona Beach. Everybody's from somewhere else, but I'm just saying that
All
everybody.
right, we won't talk Supercross. I mean, we can talk after the show, but
Yeah.
let's let Josh have his show.
No,
Sorry, Josh.
At this point, we're just ready to go ahead. I'm glad everyone had fun, and hopefully no one actually hates me after this one, because it's justified. But
All right, Randy, it's your turn.
My turn to what? Say goodbye.
take us out.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching the Ghostfire Media podcast tonight here on the Ghostfire Media Network. We enjoyed the race tonight. Lord, please bless everybody on Sunday night as they try to make their way through COTA and those big old stock cars. And don't forget to listen to the Ghostfire Media broadcast of that where Josh Lassen and Larry Patrick and Carl Henderson will be in the booth. Believe, is that correct, guys?
Nope, just me and Carl, and actually this week, unless Nick can find some time, it's just going to be me because, unfortunately, Carl is taking a vacation and going to a place that's sunny and warm.
Oh, is he coming my way?
He is leaving the U.S. He is going to the Dominican.
Ooh, good for him. All right, but anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for driving tonight with us, and we'll see you next week on the Ghost Fire Media Podcast. So long from the Sunshine State.
Thanks, guys.
A good one.